Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. What's up, people? I hope everybody is doing great. I hope everybody is doing amazing. You know, came to pop back up on y'all, man. So we can get into these debates, man, and have some good content going on, man. You know, everybody been asking me, Deem, I need you to go live. Deem, I need you to go live. So we going live. Make sure when you come in here, man, you hit that like button. I don't ask nothing else but to come in here and hit that like button. That's all I ask. And I feel like that's the least people can do. So come in here, hit that like button, come sit down. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna get comfy and we gonna, do what we do in here, okay? Cornelius in the building. What's up, Brody? What's going on, my guy? I hope everything is amazing, family. I hope everything is amazing, man. Um, yeah, man, we got a lot we gonna get into today. Y'all see the topic, y'all see what I want to talk about, y'all see what's going on. So that's what we gonna get into, man. What up, Bruce Gas Boxing? What up, my guy? Salute, baby. What's going on? I'm gonna let people get in here a little bit before we get too much into it. But we gonna definitely get into it. I just feel as though this fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, that's a lot on the line for both fighters. What I'm not liking is that everybody is out here trying to act like it's not what it is. It's not one-sided. Canelo ain't the only person that got something to lose in this fight. I'm sorry. I can't co-sign that. Canelo ain't the only person that got something to lose in this fight. I cannot co-sign that. Me personally, I can't co-sign that. Why? Because everything that I've been hearing Bud Crawford fans say. That's why. From everything I've been hearing Terence Crawford fans say, they sitting up there saying that they think it's just like any other fight, and that he's gonna dominate and do this, that, and the third, and all this, that, and the third. That's what they said. So I'm gonna hold them to that, yo. Me personally, I think it's only fair that we hold people accountable for what they got going on. I'm just saying now, if Bud fans was being a little more humble, I might be like, all right, y'all, we're going to cut them some slack and all this, that, and the third, but that's not what's going on. They think it's a regular fight, so I'm going to act like it's a regular fight. Simple as that. They think it's a regular fight, I'm going to act like it's a regular fight. I think that's only fair. Me personally. Now, other people, y'all can feel whatever you feel, but I'm not giving grown men excuses. I don't give grown men excuses. I'm sorry. I'm not giving no grown man no excuse. That's not going to work for me. Me personally, that's not going to work for me. I'm sorry, y'all. Make sure when you come here, y'all hit that like button, man. I appreciate y'all. But anybody who feels differently, anybody who, want to come talk to me about this fight, come holler at your boy. I'm about to drop the link. So whoever want to come up, they could come up. Come holler at your boy. I'm going to give everybody some time to get in here. Lee, what up, my guy? Hope you okay, good brother. And then, after that, we could talk about a bunch of different things. After that, we could talk about a bunch of different things. But for the time being, I just need people. I just telling y'all, I don't want to hear no excuses. Bud Crawford will get full credit if he beats Canelo Alvarez. But I'm giving Canelo Alvarez full credit if he beat Bud Crawford too, and I don't care how nobody feel about it. I'm sorry. I can't do the picking and choosing. That don't work for me, y'all. Just me personally, that don't work for me. If it's like that, then it's like that. If you're going to go upside the man's head and y'all out here talking about he going to stop Canelo and he too much for Canelo, then why shouldn't I look at this as a regular fight? Bud Crawford asked for this. Bud Crawford asked for this. I'm going to just be honest with y'all. Bud Crawford asked for this. I ain't tell Bud Crawford. He went out his way. This is what he want to do. I mean, what I'm supposed to do with that? Just he get a free fight and we just see if he win? Nah, that ain't good enough for me, fam. I can't co-sign that. I'm not co-signing that. Not even a little bit. I'm sorry. I understand where people coming from and deem um Crawford, he trying to be great and all of this other stuff. And Dean, um, look what he trying to do. He going up 2 weight classes and all this, that, and the third. Yeah, I hear you. Listen, that don't work for me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not going along with that. I never will go along with that. It is just as important for both fighters to get full credit, especially when one fan base and especially when the fighter who we trying to give a pass to is the reason the fight is happening. It'll be different if Canelo was calling out Bud. If Canelo was calling out Bud, I will fully understand where all of y'all are coming from. But that's not how we got here. We didn't get here from Canelo wanting this fight. Canelo had to turn down this fight 35 times, and Bud refused. I mean, he wouldn't take no for an answer. So guess what? I'm going to hold them to that. And I don't think that anybody can blame me for doing that. Y'all ain't got to hold him to that. Y'all could give him a free fight. I ain't giving a buddy a free fight. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm not giving Buddy a free fight. No, you asked for this. You can't. And I made a video earlier, y'all. You cannot be knocking at somebody's door outside of their crib, breaking their car window, yelling, telling them to come outside. And then they come outside and beat you up. And you say, well, at least I tried. They was bigger than me, but at least I tried. Nah, fam. Bud is the antagonist in this. It's different if it was Canelo. Bud is the antagonist. Yo, what up, my guy? What's going on, Brody? What's the deal? Number 10, what's the deal, bro? Bud is the antagonist in this. So the antagonist, if he loses, he's going to get clout like anybody else because we told him not to go. Plus, he already seen what happened with Jermell. Bud Crawford is fully aware of that he's going up 3 weight classes and this. He's fully aware of that. He don't care, so I'm not going to care. If he don't care, I don't care. His mama called him Bud, I'm going to call him Bud. His mama called him Bud. His mama called him Clay, I'm going to call him Clay. That's just how that go, y'all. I don't do the picking and choosing. I'm sorry. You ask for a fight. If you get your ass whooped, it just is what it is, fam. I'm sorry. I got to take you off my top pound for pound. I'm not saying you'll be off the pound for pound list, but you won't be at number one. I don't have you number one right now because I'm not one of them. Usyk doesn't belong as a pound for pound. Usyk didn't start off as a heavyweight. Usyk is not a natural heavyweight. So, Usyk did what people with the pound for pound list is for. Usyk actually did that. Listen here, I'm not going for that, family. And don't tell me, well, cruiserweight ain't that much different than heavyweight. Well, if that was the case, then every cruiserweight would be going up to heavyweight. It wouldn't be no need for cruiserweight. And it's another weight in between that. You got bridgerweight. Y'all forget about bridgerweight, but it's okay. They choose to put that in there. So don't tell me that Usyk ain't a pound for pound fighter when he would have to go to 2 weight divisions just to get the heavyweight. I don't want to hear that, fam. I didn't tell them to put all these divisions. I'm just sticking to the rules. You said boots and oh yeah, we gonna get in. Then y'all man, hey teach, Deem. The fight I wanted to see years ago, Deem, is Virgil versus Boots. It's Virgil versus Boots, Deem. And guess what, teach? Virgil gonna get what he asked for too, and I'm gonna be up here like right again. He gonna get what he asked for too. Y'all know people don't be the same after they get that Philly ass whooping. Y'all know people don't be the same after that. When y'all come in here, hit that like button, y'all. What up, Cam J? What up, EB? What's the deal? Make sure y'all hitting that like button. And then y'all out the kindness of your heart, we got a goal set. Let's see if we could get to 10 super chats or 10 cash apps. I'd rather 10 cash apps, to be honest with you. But whatever method you can support, it'll be much appreciated. But y'all know what's free? That like button. That like button is completely free. But I want anybody who want to get up here and debate me on should Bud Crawford get held accountable if he lose this fight. I am very intrigued of this conversation. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm just very intrigued on this conversation. I'm sorry, y'all. Big Bob, what's the deal? Brody, what's going on, soldier? Yo, I'm just saying, what's good for the goose gotta be good for the duck. That's all I'm saying, Brody's. What's good for the goose gotta be good for the duck. Crawford is the antagonist. Crawford is the one outside of the crib telling Canelo to come outside. He the one breaking windows, throwing glass bottles, screaming so all of the neighbors hear him. He want this fight. He begged for this fight. Canelo ain't want this fight. And Canelo got a lot on the line too as well. We are going to get to Canelo. But guess what, y'all? For me, it's perfect because whoever loses, I get to say right again. It ain't too many aspects in boxing where whoever loses, I get to say right again. What up, Paige? What's the deal? Brody, what's going on? Soldier, what's the deal? I'm sorry, y'all. You can't be outside making all that noise, telling people to come outside. You want to rumble. See, this is what I deal with this in real life, y'all. I done had dudes talk crazy to me, try to jump me, do everything, y'all, and then they hide behind their girlfriend when you pull up to the crib. I swear to God on my mama. Swear to God on my mama. I swear to God on my mama. Won't even come to the door. Y'all remember in Batman when he said, you a coward. You're gonna let your woman answer the door. I done been through that in real life, y'all. You can't be that guy. And then when it's time to come outside and rumble, you say no mas. Nah, fam. My guy John Wick, man, always showing love. Bull said, so Victor post all night. Hey, yo, Bud. Hey, Bud. That with the way Bud sat up in his seat, y'all. The way Bud sat up in that seat and said, so Ricky Burns and Victor Postol not elite. Yo, Canelo said, who that guy? Canelo said, who that guy? He said, don't get me wrong, you a great fighter, but who the one? Name me one elite. Yo, Bud was flabbergasted. Bud, like, dang, they don't respect no, Bud. You see the way Tom Brady and Shaq, they couldn't even jump out there for Bud. They had to think about it. They wasn't sure. Tom Brady was confused. Why was Tom Brady up there anyway? Why we not talking? Let's hold on. Side note, Cam. Hey, John Wick. Side note. Why the hell was Tom Brady there? Can y'all somebody please tell me why was Tom Brady there? Like why was Shaq and Tom Brady sitting there? Like, I need to understand this. Like you couldn't have Ray Leonard and greats up there, Marvin Hagler, not Marvin, rest in peace. Did Marvin pass away? Yeah, rest in peace. Ray Leonard. Why you couldn't have certain people up there, my guy? Tommy Hearns. Y'all go get Shaq and Tom Brady. Tom Brady was confused. He didn't know what the hell was going on. Hey, Paige said, Bud ate on EJ every chance he gets, so no matter what, his best win outside of Sean Paul. No, yo, paid in full. That's where he knew that he could not say that name because he knew he knew he would get murdered if he said Errol Spence. So your toughest fight and your best fight was the guy you said not a Hall of Famer. Oh, your resume is trash. Bud really think Victor Postol and Ricky Burns is elite. When was the last time you even saw Victor Postol or Ricky Burns fighting? Can somebody answer that question? When was the last time you seen Ricky Burns and Victor Postol rumbling? Like, Bud is a hilarious, yo. Like, Paige, Cam, they like, bro, and then Dana White don't know what he's doing. Dana White boxing is not UFC, my guy. How y'all try to promote UFC and how you need to promote boxing are two different things. Y'all ain't giving, y'all supposed to give us 24/7s, sit across where they talking crazy to each other. We support, like, y'all don't know what y'all doing. Y'all, it's crazy to me, man. Like, just to see the nastiness of all of this. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. Canelo, bro. Canelo is hilarious. Like, Canelo is, first of all, Canelo's even carrying this promotion. We gotta give Canelo a round of applause. Because Canelo is carrying this promotion by far as well. So he's showing that not only is he the A side, he's proving it that he deserves the money. Because Bud is not carrying this fight right now. Bud seemed like he a little starstruck with Canelo Alvarez. That's the part. He's just happy to be here type time. Like, he can't believe Canelo took the fight. That's how I'm feeling. Nostalgia, my guy from LA, my homie right here. What up, Brody? He ain't fought since PBC was on Fox. My point exactly. Like, Ricky Burns is hilarious. What bro say? He would have had Sergio Lipinets if that wasn't the body on Booth's resume. I'm just saying, y'all. But we can continue to let these dudes, push their narratives and do whatever it is that they do. But all I know is if Bud Crawford loses this fight, and your best wins was Victor Postol and Ricky Burns, I don't know what to do. And like I said, y'all, Bud's a great fighter. I know Bud's a great fighter. What I'm trying to get to is Bud, the way he went on about promoting himself throughout his career is coming around to backfire now. That's the main thing I'm trying to prove. His skills is never in question. Don't nobody not think Bud's a great fighter. That's not the point. Bud wants you to think that he's done more than he has done, and that's the problem that I have. Bud wants you to believe that he's done more than he has done, and that's the problem that I have. When you say Victor Postol, and Ricky Burns is your toughest fights, is they the elite fighters, then bro, like, you cooking yourself, my good brother. We don't have nothing else to really talk about at that point. Like that's not Danny Garcia. That's not the Keith Thurman. That's not Manny Pacquiao. That's not Marquez. That's not even Mandana. That's not nah, bro. That's not Manuel Augustus. That's not, like, I can name them all of the fight. That's not even Ricky Hatton, bro. None of them are better than Ricky Hatton, who I believe was a great fighter. That's not Mickey Ward. Why are you talking about these guys as if they are somebody? Oh yeah, Cedric, he showed, and it's crazy because EJ don't even say nothing, and they fought in 2 years. But we gave you full credit for EJ. But when we found out that EJ is washed, how we know that to be true now, y'all? Because EJ hasn't fought in 2 years. And this is what I was telling my man Band Up like, Dean, well, ain't nobody saying Earl was washed prior to the fight. First of all, we didn't know if Earl, that was a question, because we didn't know how Earl would look, because Earl didn't have a fight for 15 months prior to that. Why are we trying to act like there wasn't no questions, like everybody just know? We was hoping EJ was going to go back to old EJ, but we wasn't sure about that. Our fandom was speaking at that point. We didn't see the man in 15 months. You don't know if somebody washed until you see that they washed. We saw that EJ was washed. Now, how we know that, we can speak on it now. But I want y'all to understand this, y'all. Bud only fights once a year. And Bud had fought twice before we had seen EJ ever again. I want y'all to think about that. And Bud barely fights. So we could say that EJ is washed right now, and that's my second favorite fighter, or at least was until he stopped fighting. He's not fighting right now. That's coming from a fan. He's washed. And I saw him training since, and I know that he's starting to have those doubts because he would have came back by now if he didn't think that he was. It wouldn't be this long, drawn-out process. Obviously, he hasn't jumped back into the ring because either he's injured or he don't think I'm not sure if he still wants to do it or he don't have it no more. It has to be one of the three. Anything other than that, he would have been back in the ring by now. It ain't like EJ had to leave on a stretcher and got knocked out cold. And that didn't happen. He could have said Sean Porter, but nostalgia, the reason why he didn't say Sean Porter, because Sean Porter quit and Sean Porter went to podcasting immediately after and admitted that his heart wasn't in that fight. That's why he didn't bring up Sean Porter. Because think about it, nostalgia. If Sean Porter is your toughest opponent and that was literally his last fight and he admits he was washed and he's going to lose going into that fight, then there's nothing else that has to be said after that. Then your resume speaks for itself. The guy you be holding in the air wouldn't even be holding himself in the air. He could have said Khan. You know why he didn't say all of those fighters though, bro? You want to know why he didn't say all of those fighters? Because then he would have had to backtrack on the EJ thing because EJ fought all of them and beat all of them first. So you can't be putting people in the air that didn't even beat EJ, a guy you beat, but you refused to name and say he wasn't a Hall of Famer. How you going to name Sean Porter, but then don't name Errol Spence? What sense do that make? You beat both of them. You stopped both of them. So what's the difference? But if one is clearly better than the other, though. No, but toughest elite. When I say who is the best person you fought? Because for real, his toughest fight was Gamboa for real. And Madrimov, for real. That was two of his toughest fights, but he knew not to say those names. I feel you. I feel you, Teach. He definitely did. Let me put this link in here. Yeah, but it's crazy though. Like I said, man, I just think that both fighters got a lot on the line. Now, Canelo, let's get to Canelo. Canelo can't lose this fight. Because if Canelo loses this fight, all of his aura is gone. All of the things we question about him will be answered. The David Benavidez duck 10 times as bad. You know what people would say? So you got beat by a guy who came up 3 weight classes, right? He came up 3 weight classes to fight you. And you lost him. God forbid you get knocked out by Terence Crawford. You could have just fought David Benavidez and took the L. You would have got much more respect for fighting David Benavidez. David Benavidez has something to lose as well. I think it would have been an even bigger fight. And then now it's gonna be like you lost to Terence and David Benavidez. Because now you ain't even gonna want to see you fight David Benavidez no more if Bud beat you up. Who wants to see that fight if Bud Crawford beats up David Benavidez? Who's going to be wanting to see that fight? I mean, if Bud Crawford beats up Canelo, who's going to want to see Canelo versus David Benavidez after that? Javon, what up, my guy? Who's going to want to see that? If Crawford beats up Canelo Alvarez, who's going to want to see Canelo versus David Benavidez after that? Canelo definitely has a lot to lose because then it also proved, you can't beat boxers because a lot of people thought you lost to Laura. You would have lost to Bivol, you would have lost to Floyd, you would have lost to Terence Crawford, which also just would have been the biggest coincidence that they are the best 3 fighters you have fought. And you lost to them. And I think you lost to Triple G the first time, and I think you lost to Laura as well. That's me personally. I do think Canelo beat Triple G the second time. I do think he beat him. That third fight, we already know he beat him. So I do get that. But at the end of the day, The best 3 fighters you would have had faced, they all beat you. So where do I put you at that point? The best 3 fighters you would have fought, they all beat you. So I have to put all of them above you, shouldn't I? Because Dimitri Bivol went on to get undisputed after a loss. After losing, went back and got undisputed. And against the guy, he was willing to fight Beterbiev twice. You haven't even been willing to fight him once, and Beterbiev called you out as well. And Beterbiev said he would love to fight Canelo Alvarez. So Canelo really cannot lose he really cannot afford to lose this fight. Even more than Bud Crawford. And I hate to say that, but it's true. He can't afford to lose this fight even more than Bud Crawford. Canelo loses this fight, he gets exposed all the way around the board. Cam J said, Turkey wants Canelo to fight Shiraz and Eubanks, but Bud already looking past Bud. Listen here. Because even Turkey know you better not lose this fight to a blown up 168 pound. And then think about it. How can Turkey possibly put on a David Benavidez fight after that? I'm just saying, y'all, how is that going to even be a possibility after David Benavidez? Like it's like Canelo. Who does Canelo fight after he loses to Terence Crawford? I feel you, nostalgia. I don't see him losing either. But what I'm saying is he would have to rematch Terence Crawford at that point. But Turkey said that. And then guess what, y'all? I see the play for Terence Crawford. Oh, man, y'all, I got breaking news. I was just talking to y'all, and I thought about something. Hold on, this person said, what you say? Hold on. Bivol never moved up in weight. Canelo only 5'7". He go up from 140 to 175. That's legendary stuff. Sir, I don't care if he didn't move up weight classes or not. You still lost to him. Whatever excuses you want to give about him losing, that's fine, but he lost. Did Dimitri Bivol tell Canelo Alvarez to go to 175? You forget. Canelo Alvarez had a 175 fight against another champion right before that and won the fight. He was also, the other Kovalev was also bigger than Canelo Alvarez as well. And did we tell Canelo Alvarez go to 175 because he went back to 168 because he said he couldn't handle 175 after the Bivol put that whooping on him. He was perfectly fine at 175 when he beat Kovalev. Again, I don't give grown man excuses. Now he 5'7", so what? He's 5'7". Mike Tyson was 5'11", fighting people 6'6". What difference does that make? Sebastian Fundora is 6'6". So because Sebastian Fundora is 6'6", shouldn't nobody at 154 fight him? Jerron Ennis is 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", somewhere in there. Let's give him 5'10". Sebastian Fundora is 6'6". So because Sebastian Fundora is 6'6", Boots shouldn't fight him? No evidence. What up, my guy? I'm just saying, y'all, people say some crazy stuff, and I just don't understand. I've been on live for like almost 30 minutes now, it says. Almost 30 minutes. If y'all ain't get your notifications, I don't know why, because I scheduled it and everything. So I ain't just pop up this time. That's why when people be talking about certain algorithms and YouTube and all that, bro, to be real, bro, they kind of do whatever they want to do, y'all. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Like, it ain't really no super science on it, bro. Like, people try to act like it is, but it's not. Because you could do all of that and it's still, they still don't send out notifications and all of that stuff. Like, yo, make sure, what's the likes looking like, y'all? What's the likes looking like, y'all? GD, what up? I need to see what these likes looking like, man. What we talking about, y'all? Yeah, we had 28, 29 likes, man. Come on, man. Get the likes up, man. We got 41 people in here. Hey, You other 11, 12 people, stop eavesdropping. Oh, somebody dropped off. Don't start eavesdropping. Don't eavesdrop. There's 10 of y'all that eavesdropping right now. Hit that like button. It's okay. You can come talk to me. You ain't gotta eavesdrop. The link is in the chat. You ain't gotta eavesdrop. Hit that like button, y'all. Let's go. Then 2 more dropped off. I swear to God, like 3, 4 haters dropped off as soon as I said that. Now y'all eavesdropping. It's all good. You get to expose the eavesdroppers. Y'all lucky I ain't start to do no memberships yet. I'm about to start doing no memberships. I'm about to start catching people who claim they'll watch y'all be surprised to watch me. I didn't have people do 4-hour lives about Dean. It's okay though. Nostalgia, we at 32. Okay. Yeah, hacker, hit the like button, boxing hacker. We know that's you. We know that's you. Hey, Bill Haney, hit the like button, fam. Come on, Bill. Hit the like button. Showbiz, hit the like button. He blocked me on Twitter. It's like, no. But nah, y'all, Canelo can't afford to lose this fight neither, and I ain't giving Canelo no slack. I ain't doing none of that. He lose. They listen, man. I'm happy about this fight because somebody. They keep kicking me off. I'm happy about this fight because somebody is gonna get exposed. Now we're gonna find out who, but somebody get exposed. Cam J, they in here eavesdropping. It's all good. We got 6 eavesdroppers left. It's all good. I appreciate the support anyway. Hit that super chat and cash app. You understand? Hold on. Let me spark my stuff. Don't nobody want to debate old Dean today. Y'all be having so much to say. They be scared, y'all. I'm telling y'all, they be scared, and it's okay. It's okay. I need somebody to tell me why Bud Crawford resume should be so respected and why he don't lose nothing if he lose to Canelo Alvarez. Come on now. Come on now. Come holler at the king. Y'all be having so much to say. Y'all notice the dungeon. They be scared over here. That's why all people dropped off real fast. They don't be really wanting this work. They be talking it, but they don't really want to work. If I was you, I wouldn't want to have to deal with me either. I promise you, I wouldn't want you to have to deal with me either. I get it. It's okay. And hopefully we see a great fight. But y'all, I figured out what Terence Crawford is planning to do. Terence Crawford thinks he's going to win. So he told Turkey, look, this is going to be my retirement fight. Turkey, like, okay, hoping that Canelo win. But Terence Crawford is trying to win this fight. And if Terence Crawford win this fight, he's not really going to retire. He's going to get a second fight, a rematch with Canelo, because Canelo is not going to let Terence Crawford beat him and not get a rematch. He's going to get a rematch. And then Terence Crawford's going to retire. Because then Terence Crawford, I know Terence. Terence going to be like, I beat Canelo twice. I'm 3 times undisputed. I defended my undisputed belt at 168 against one of the greatest fighters of all time. I'm done in the sport. I'm 5. I'm on Mount Rushmore. I see the play, y'all. I see the play. Just think about it. GD, thank you for the 5, my guy in the building. He says, tell them folks eavesdropping ain't easy, and it ain't. And hating is. Hating seems to be real easy, though. It's okay. Appreciate you, G. Yeah, y'all. I see Terence Crawford play. You said Najee once again trying to read the. Listen, Najee, my man, that's my guy. Najee is not about to convince me or anybody else that Victor Postol and Ricky Burns is I understand you got an interview with the guy and all that. I get it, my guy. I get it, Najee. But check the cash app. All right, bet. Say no more. Let me check. Let me check the app. Let me check the app real quickie. You feel me? Let me see what we talking about. Yeah, let me check the app real quick. Hey, man. See, man, y'all, look, y'all too thorough. Let's go. Appreciate y'all in the app, man. Some of these got y'all real name up here, so I ain't gonna say your name on here, but you already know it's appreciated, my guys. It is much, much appreciated. EB, thank you, brother. I appreciate you in the app, family. Y'all already know that's the best way to support. Damn. Y'all already know that's the best way to support. Man, no biscuit with the KO voice. Shout out to my guy KO. Takes age like fine wine. Takes age like fine wine. You understand? And EB, I'm sorry about the other one you sent. I didn't see that, but good looking, my good brother. Much, 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 much appreciated, family. We in here cooking. Come on, ain't nobody, we're the Bud fans. Y'all ain't got nothing to say. Maybe if I say Devin Haney name 3 times, somebody will come up here. Let's try this, y'all. Devin Haney, Devin Haney, Devin Haney, Devin Haney, Devin Haney. Now, I'm about to put the link in the chat. Now, let me see if I say Devin Haney name 3 times, if somebody gonna pop up here. I just want to, Devin Haney, Devin Haney, Devin Haney, Devin Haney, Devin Haney. Let's pause, y'all. Let's wait. Look, Freak will pop right up. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Frequent popped right up. Frequent, you was one of them eavesdroppers. Frequent, you was one of the eavesdroppers. Hey, yo, Rich, I'm about to look. Rich here. Hold on. Mr. Greg said TCX for something his distractors don't believe he deserves. And he got it. So, expect to see the very best of him and more. Mr. Greg, for his sake, I hope so. Mr. Greg, like I said, Mr. Greg, you can't be out there banging on the door, breaking glass, telling them to come outside, you ducking me, you scared, come get this rumble, and then you get oops upside your head, and then people say you was too small. Well, you knew that before you started knocking on that man's door. Leave them people alone. In my in Red's dad voice, leave them people alone.
You.
Yo, what's up, my guys?
What's going on, Dean?
What's going on, Dean? I had to come up and chat with you.
Man, Mr. Greg, I appreciate that nostalgia. I told you, bro, if you say Devin Haney name.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about Devin Haney.
Me neither. I'm like, what's going on in here?
Nah, that's crazy. No, right before y'all came in, I said, now if I say Devin Haney name 3 times, let me see if somebody gonna pop up here. And then that's when everybody popped up. It must be true.
Oh, that's what that was? My spider senses was tingling. I ain't know what was going on. So I just popped up on here, and here you go, live.
I wanted to come up and give you
that's crazy.
Show you a little love, man. I was telling, I guess I told Tusa as well as Jab Queen, expecting the coming weeks, as I guess, we talk more and more about this fight with Terence and Canelo, a lot of, let's just say, passion from across the board will be on these shows.
For sure.
You're going to see, and right now what I'm seeing is the same voices that had so much to say pro and against when Terence was fighting Spence. So I expect to hear some of the same narratives, but what people, in my opinion at least, what people have to understand, that you can say what you want and feel what you want about his resume. You can say what you want about how he has moved through the divisions that he's gone through and how he's done it, but he has been successful in doing it. He's asked for things, he's demanded things, People have said, "How dare you? Who do you think you are?" But nevertheless, he still got him. And just like he has demanded and asked and pushed for this fight with Canelo, it's because he truly believes he can beat Canelo, and it's not just false bravado. He's preparing. That's why I said you're going to see the very best out of him in this particular fight because he's making another big leap. He's daring to do something. And I'm not calling it daring to be great, but he's just demanding and daring to do something that many people don't think he has any right to even ask for, let alone be getting. But he is getting. So now you're going to hear about his resume. You're going to hear about Victor Conte. You're going to hear all of the things that has been hurled at him that he still has overcome. So when he gets into this ring in September to fight Canelo, he's got to show every single solitary aspect of his game as an athlete and as a fighter. We're going to see how mentally strong he really is. We're going to see how physically strong he has become. We're going to see if he's slower, faster. I believe he'll be smarter, but we're going to see all of that. And I expect to see that. I mean, when I watch fighters anyways, particularly the ones that I favor and I can identify with from different things, I expect to see them to do more than what I saw them do previously. Yes, I was disappointed with the last outing with Madrimov. That will happen with every fight. Every fighter. I've seen fighters that I like who didn't perform as well as they should, and then they came back and did something better. Then I've seen some that's the end of the line for him. But I don't know if should he win, I don't know if there's going to be a rematch, whether he'll take a rematch, or if there's not a rematch, whether he'll then retire. We don't know. I can speculate on that, but I like the fact that he believes that much in himself, and he's shown me why, because I study certain fighters. He's shown me why I can believe that he's going to perform well in this fight. I'm not saying he's going to beat Canelo, but I think right now his chances of beating Canelo, from my perspective, from what I've seen of him, are very high. I hope that they do more promotion on this fight. I hope that Terence does more because he got to do some of the heavy lifting this time because this is the first fight where it's in a reverse. I've always felt every fight he's had, those guys were in the ring with him. In this case, he's in the ring with Canelo. So he's going to have to do more outside of the ring as well as when he gets inside of the ring. That's how I'm seeing this fight play out so far. And I'm waiting for the debates and everything to start revving up. I hope a lot of people got helmets because some people going to get their feelings hurt just in the debates, let alone how the fight's going to play out. But we should be able to enjoy the fight. It should be a very good fight. I don't see remotely of Terence running from Canelo. He will risk getting knocked out and possibly get knocked out if he makes a mistake. That's all it takes. It's just take that one mistake or a series of mistakes to make you lose the fight. But overall, I think we can look forward to a good fight as opposed to having criticism for it. We want fights. We get the fights. We got a guy who asked for some fights that nobody was clamoring for because we never even thought he would even dare to go that far up, but he did. And he's there now. So let's enjoy this fight. Let's debate it. Let's see how it goes. But let's push for it because I know most of us going to watch it.
Mr. Greg,
yeah,
I agree with what you said, and I hear all that. I agree so much that if he lose, I'm holding him to that standard, Mr. Greg. Do you understand? I am holding that man to the standard that he told me to hold him to. So I agree with all that. He better do all that and more. He better go out there and put on a great performance. He better not run around that ring. He better go in there and go upside Canelo head. Because guess what, y'all? I'll win either way. somebody is getting exposed on September 13th, and I just can't wait to see who it is. That's all.
Hey, Greg, I agree with mostly everything that you said, except for one thing. We can't say that he not daring to be great when he moving up three whole weight classes.
I'm not dismissing that. I'm just not saying that part. That's all. I don't mind that.
Wow. We should be saying that. We should be saying it all.
I got one question.
That man moved up 3 weight classes, 2 right away. He went to 154. Since he had a fight at 154, we can say he made a stop there, but then he went straight up to 168.
I can understand that.
One question. I got one question for everybody. Salute to the panel, yo.
What's the deal?
Yo, if Bud looks like he did versus EJ versus Canelo, is everybody radar not up?
No, our radar. You watching too much.
Seriously.
You watching too much of the hater channels, bro. He ain't.
If this guy looks like he did versus EJ, versus Canelo, is everybody radar not up? Because this is what I'm curious to see. If he looks like Bud Crawford, if he don't look like he did versus Mazurov, I'm highly suspicious.
That's why
you now.
That's why
I'm expecting him to look like. I'm expecting him to look like he looked when he fought Errol, because they was both fighting. They was fighting in Vegas. We know Bud gonna stack, so he should be hitting them just as hard as we hitting Errol with them double stack like that.
This wrong the plug.
Hey, this what I want to say to you though, right? What you trying to insinuate? Because if you got skills, man, that shit can't do nothing.
Snack, he's trying to insinuate snack program. That's what he's trying to insinuate.
No, but this the thing.
Skills is a different ball game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you got skills,
listen, bro. How many weight classes did
Nah,
Pacquiao
I ain't going for it.
Come on, bro.
How many weight classes did Pacquiao move up? 8.
Let me say.
But
this,
the skill is close though.
Hold on, y'all. Let me say this. Rich, Rome, Frequent, band up, Mr. Greg. If he looked like he did versus Errol, of course I'm highly suspicious now. See, that's the thing, Rome. I'm already suspicious, and it's not just Bud. See, this is where y'all get. This is why Deem I'm so hard to debate with. I love Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez. Rich, no, I love Bam Bam. That's my guy. Don't mean I ain't suspicious of him. I love David Benavidez. But he went on Memo. I'm highly suspicious. Listen here.
Bro, at some point, you're going to have to get out of your feelings, though, bro. He just beat Errol, bro. He just beat Errol, man. You got to let it go.
Frequent. Let me finish. Just because I'm suspicious, like I am of Bud and Devin Haney and a bunch of others, I'm not going to jump out the window on them and hold they wins or whatever against them. Rome asked me a question. He said, how would I feel?
Why are you suspicious, though?
Suspicious.
All right, so let me ask.
Why? Why are you suspicious? Please tell us that.
Victor Conti.
Hey, real quick, and Deem, I respect you for that. That you don't ride that and try to rob them of their wins and stuff. I respect you.
Let me ask Ron.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Let me ask Ron. Let me ask Ron this question, right? And if Canelo knock out Terence Crawford, are we suspicious of him using PBs again?
No. Yes.
Terence Crawford never used it. You know what I'm saying? He never got caught using it.
Me personally. No, like I think. I mean, me personally,
and he haven't knocked out nobody.
If Canelo knocks out nobody. You asking me if Canelo knocks out somebody 3 weight classes lower than him? I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Like he fights
who the last person Canelo knocked out?
At 168?
Who the last person he knocked? I'm just asking who's the last person he knocked out. So why wouldn't you be suspicious?
Because the dude moved up 3 weight classes.
Wait, suspicious of either one of them knocking the other one out?
Nah, he only suspicious of Canelo if he knocked Bud. I mean, he only suspicious of Bud if Bud beat his ass. But
what I'm saying is, like, yo, what
that means tell me this man got one side of thinking of how to fight should play out.
Oh my God, yo, these niggas is wild, bro. Hold on.
Let Ron go. Go ahead, Ron.
If Bud stopped Canelo, y'all niggas not suspicious. But if Canelo knocks out a nigga 3 weight classes lower than him, you niggas suspicious of Canelo?
Yeah, that don't make sense, y'all.
He's
That
knocked out
don't make
Kovalev.
sense.
No, let me tell y'all why. Let me tell y'all why you can't be
That don't make
suspicious if
sense,
Bud.
y'all. Rome got
Let
a
me
point
tell y'all
there,
why you
y'all.
can't be suspicious when if Bud knock out Canelo. You can't be. We can't be suspicious because they fighting in Vegas, bro, and we already know that you can
What the fuck
stack
does
in
Vegas
Vegas
have to do with it?
because you can stack in Vegas, and we already know Bud is
Yo, you
stacking.
think,
We saw him on
if
video. He know how to stack, and
Bud
so what?
Crawford
What?
goes in that ring and hurts Canelo Alvarez from him stacking, are we not going to sit up here? Canelo Alvarez with a granite chin, the nigga Triple G couldn't hurt.
A
Real
And
granite
shit.
Bud
chin ain't
Crawford
gonna
goes and hurts
stop
him?
you when you stacking,
Rome,
bro.
Yo, y'all niggas is...
Rome, I agree with you, bro.
Yo,
They
y'all
being
niggas smoke
hypocrites up
sherm
here,
or
brother.
something,
Hey,
man.
Rome.
Nah,
Look,
that don't
the
make
difference
sense,
between
bro.
the difference between Bud Crawford, the difference between Bud Crawford and Triple G when they catch you,
Oh,
Bud is
my
going to catch you
God.
with something that you don't
Oh, my
see. Those the
God.
ones that hurt you, bro. The
Now
punches
we,
that you don't see
Yo.
coming.
hold on, frequent, hold on, y'all.
Hey, hold on.
I gotta say this.
Can I say one thing real
Go,
quick,
go ahead,
Ben?
Rich. Go ahead, Rich.
Because you said we being, first of all, he came up here saying all this stuff. Second, we already see that he got his mind made up if Bud win.
No,
That's the
bro. Like, yo,
you
your
already got your
logic don't
mind
Rich,
make
made
that's
up.
sense,
not what
You
he
bro.
already got
said,
your
Rich.
mind made up
Your
if
logic
Bud
don't
win.
make sense, bro. It
Rich,
Rome.
don't.
What
What
he
you
said
mean?
was, if we gonna, y'all can't. If Bud knocks out Canelo, you can't say, "Oh, y'all crazy for being suspicious." But if Canelo knock out Bud, and
Nah,
y'all
nah.
not,
I was. Hey, I'm not gonna.
you can't have it both
let me take
ways,
that back.
bro.
I'm not gonna. I'm
Hey,
not
look, I'm not
If
going
he
to be
knock out
suspicious either way.
Bud, then
I'm
that
just saying
means
right
you got
now.
some
I
clenbuterol in the
said.
system. That's all.
Canelo has to be on Royce to knock out Bud.
Hell yeah, we ain't never see Bud knocked out before,
Man,
bro.
Wait,
man.
Yeah,
Hey,
Like,
hey,
same
like this is
difference.
that
Same
both.
difference.
That don't make sense, bro.
Nasty work,
We
bro.
ain't
Rome.
never seen
Hey,
Bud
Rome.
knocked out before, bro.
Hey, Rome.
hey,
Hey,
yo, I
We
got
ain't
Rome.
a
never
question
seen
though. Hey,
Canelo
yo,
knocked out before.
hey, watch this though. Who's known for getting TKOs though? Who was just on a TKO? Who was just on a TKO streak for years before he finally?
Bud,
Band up,
He's
stop
moving
that,
up
Bud,
stop
that's
3
that.
who.
weight classes,
Bud.
nigga.
Yeah,
What the fuck are you talking
weight
about?
classes. And guess what? And guess what? Guess
Hold
what?
on,
Chins do not lift weights.
hold on,
Chins do
band
not
up,
lift
band
weights.
up, band up, stop.
Bud knocked out. He stopped everybody at
Why he
147.
ain't knock out Madrimov?
Hold on,
I say that
y'all.
Why he ain't knock
147.
out Madrimov?
Wow,
Because
what?
Band up.
Madrimov was herky jerky running. That's why.
What the fuck do you think
It should have been the
Canelo
cat
is?
and mouse ruling and played
Canelo
in.
is not irky jerky like that. Do not.
Oh
Let's not
my
Hold
do
on,
that.
gosh, you niggas is
hold on. Let me say this, y'all. Band up. When Canelo was down at 147 and at 154, he was knocking out everybody too, even at 160 and all of that. So like you that's a bad argument. You don't know what the hell when soon as Bud moved up to 154, he didn't get a knockout.
facts.
Because the man was running for the man wasn't standing in front of him. That's why.
Frequent, I'm talking to Band Up. Well, Band Up board up is because he's going off of what he saw them do at the lower weight classes. The
I'm
problem
just
is
saying.
Canelo was doing all of those same things at the lower weight classes as well. As you go up in weight, it's not as easy to knock those guys out.
So
Canelo
just
stopped
because.
Kovalev, man.
So that's the thing about it. You guys
So
want to take.
No,
Canelo
Kovalev
stopped
was already
Kovalev, bro.
broken,
What the
bro.
fuck are
He
y'all
was
niggas
already
talking
Bro, he's
broken.
a
about, bro?
I want you to say what you
175
want to take
pounder
from
though.
Majimov, from the
He knocked
Majimov.
out Kovalev.
He
He
was a
Okay,
stopped Kovalev, but he
175
can't stop
pounder.
Bud.
Rome.
did he knock
Rome.
Yo,
out?
hey, yo, bro.
How long have you been
He was
watching
getting his
fights?
chin.
Hey, bro.
Rome, how long have you
I've
been
been
watching
watching
fights?
long enough. I've been watching long enough to know I've seen Canelo knock out a natural 175
Okay.
pounder.
Let me give you an old fight
Who,
then.
Kovalev?
Did you
Kovalev was already broke, man.
did you see the
Oh
fight
my
with
God, bro.
Let Mr.
Rome?
Yo,
Greg
hold on,
talk,
hold on,
Let
man.
hold on.
Mr. Greg
let
go.
Mr. Greg, man. I want to hear Mr.
Oh,
Greg, man.
Canelo can
hold on,
knock out
bro.
a broken Kovalev, but not Bud.
Shit, ass shit.
What would you say,
Okay,
Mr. Greg?
Rome. Did you see when Ray knocked out Donnie Lalonde? He went from
I never saw that fight,
wait.
Mr. Greg. I'm gonna
He
keep it
went
real.
from
No.
147 to 175 and knocked out Donnie Lalonde.
How long ago was that, Mr. Greg?
It
Doesn't
doesn't matter
matter.
how long
It don't
ago it
matter,
was.
It don't
nigga.
matter.
What I'm talking
It
about is
do. It do matter. It does matter.
you had a great fighter who went up one time to 175 and knocked out a hard, vicious punches like Donnie Lalonde was, and he knocked him out. Now he got pieced up in the beginning of the fight, granted, but he still knocked him out. This is a
Hey,
smaller fighter who is also shorter, and he's still knocked out. And
all right, Mr. Greg, can I ask you this though, Mr. Greg? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Was that fighter knocked out before that fight? Has he ever lost or took a knockout before that?
Now that I don't know about that one. I didn't.
Okay, so that's the part we got to see, though.
Yeah.
This is Canelo we talking about. Canelo is known to have the best chin in boxing, y'all. But you don't get that name by not getting hit cleanly.
Canelo lost is what I'm really talking about. Canelo lost twice to a smaller man and a bigger man. And now we're talking, and I was using the example of Ray being a smaller man. He didn't just win, he knocked him out. I'm not saying that Bud is going to knock Canelo out.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that Bud can win this fight.
Hey,
he can win the fight. He can win the fight.
I'm not denying that.
Hey,
okay,
I'm talking about him knocking Canelo out.
But what you said,
if he knocked Canelo out, he the GOAT, bro.
It doesn't have to go that way.
But what you said was, would we be suspicious if Bud looked like he looked when he fought Earl?
Spence.
You didn't say nothing about the knockout. You just said would we be suspicious if he looked that way? So
it depends, man. It's a lot of factors that come into play. Earl couldn't see and all of that stuff.
Say it again now.
Has Sugar Ray ever looked regular moving up against a guy with 11 pro fights?
That I would say no.
Thank you.
I would say
all right,
no.
all right.
So basically,
so you're just hanging your hat off the match of my fight. Okay, we got you.
Hey, Dean.
That's his last fight.
Hey, Dean. At the end of the day, man, your man right here on this panel, he basically saying if Terence Crawford win in any type of way, that he gonna already.
That's not what I said.
But that's what I want to ask you though, Dean. I want to ask you why you suspicious of Bud and he never popped dirty, but Canelo popped dirty before already, bro. We know about the Clem Beautiful and the board balls and all of that stuff.
Hold on, y'all. I got you, good brother. See, this is where I'm different. I'm suspicious of both fighters.
Why? One popped dirty and the other one didn't, though.
Stop cutting me off, bro. I am not, when it comes to both fighters, I am highly suspicious of. I think they both is very suspicious. Bud, because he's with Victor Conte. Canelo, because I know, like you said, we know Canelo done cheated. We know that's not above him. So, and my thing is, if either one go in there, I can see, though, what I'm saying is, Canelo knocking out Bud, to me, is more believable because of the weight class thing. I ain't say I wouldn't still be suspicious. I think Canelo Alvarez gonna be juiced up, but I can't say I ain't too sure that Bud won't either. That's all I'm saying, my good brothers. Like if Bud go in there and knock out Canelo, I'm gonna be highly suspicious. I'm not gonna be making videos talking about. I'm not gonna be making videos talking about Bud cheated and all that because I can't prove all of that. If Canelo go in there and just beat on Bud Crawford, I'm talking about it just look like he go back in the past. I'm already suspicious of Canelo no matter who he fight. I'm already suspicious of Terence no matter who they fight. But it's not just them. Fighters I like, David Benavidez, Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez. I'm suspicious of them too. So I ain't knocking them. I'm just telling y'all I'm going to be suspicious. That's all.
It's going to look like a mid-con, bro.
You suspicious of everybody, though.
As I should be. People who work, I am suspicious of anybody who works with known cheaters. I don't think I'm wrong for that.
I respect that, Dean, but this guy come up on here, he just straight up biased and keep talking about
who this guy? Who you talking about?
He don't say
he talk about wrong.
He don't say shit about a nigga getting popped dirty at all.
Yo, I said, bro, like, it's
like,
wild convenient. You miss everything I say. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
I can see if you say something about Bud, then you say something about Canelo. But
I said Bud could win the fight. What are you talking about?
Come on, man.
I said Bud could win the fight. What else you want me to say, bro?
All right,
he did say that. He did say that.
I ain't hear him say that.
Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. You got
I'm gonna keep it real. He did say that. All things. What up, my Brody? What's the deal, y'all? Let's hit that super chat, man. Let's get to that goal, man. I don't care. Listen, I'm gonna say it, y'all. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It is much, much, much appreciated. Plus, who else just let y'all come up immediately on the panels and come holler at the boy? Come holler at me, man. You already know. But I'm gonna tell y'all this, y'all. I'm gonna call this fight. You know how every fight get a name? This fight is gonna be called Suspicious.
Now, D, I like that you said
suspicion.
that because I can understand that because of what was happening in each one of the camps. That's a fair assessment. That
Hey,
because
Dan, I got one better, Dan.
that part is fair. But I think, but the guy here that was Rome, I think he probably worded what he was saying, and we saw it differently. But I understand the suspicion for sure. But if Bud looks as magnificent as he looked when he was fighting Earl,
I'm highly suspicious.
I didn't know anything at the time that Victor Conte was in his corner at that time. And when I was on the panels and talking about the fight before the fight happened, my prediction was that Bud was going to easily beat, and you can check it, was going to easily beat Earl.
Can I ask y'all a question then?
Hold on, let Mr. Greg finish. Frequent, then ask me whatever.
I think I gave him a 10% chance of winning, basically. And this, I didn't know anything about Victor and all that kind of stuff. So to me, I was basing it on what I knew about Bud mentally, how I knew he performed, I knew what kind of athlete he was, etc. So coming up to fight Canelo, I got the same mindset. He'll have to look better, in my opinion, than he did against Earl.
Now, Mr. Greg, let me ask you this. I'm about to have you laughing.
Okay.
If all of that is true, shout out to manager Marty. Then what did he go over there for, Mr. Greg? What did he go over there?
And what I told manager Marty every time he said it, to improve himself, which he did.
Oh, yeah, he improved, all right. Yeah, he improved, all right.
Hey, yo, Dan.
Yeah. I'm mad about that, as long as it hasn't been proven to be cheating.
That's how I feel about Bam Bam. And like I said, they get mad at me, Mr. Greg, because I keep it the same. So then people be like, well, Dan, you like Benavidez and Bam Bam. Yeah, and I'm highly suspicious of them too. It ain't just Devin.
So, Dean, are you suspicious of Rolly Romero?
Is Rolly
Because
Romero
Sugar Rolly Romero was looking like Bud out there when he was fighting.
Now, no, what I'm asking, I don't know Rolly Romero to be with known cheaters. Is Rolly Romero
never seen Rolly Romero do a double hook like that, bro. That hook was crazy. It was the same hook. It was the same double hook that Bud hit Earl
you gotta
with,
give
bro.
him that Frequent. Out of anything he can do, he could crack, bro. Don't do that, brother.
You gonna call?
But no, I'm talking about the speed, bro. He threw a double hook and hit him
kind of fast. He just been uncoordinated, Frequent. Mr. Greg doesn't know that. He fast, he's strong. He just ain't got no footwork and he ain't got no defense and he uncoordinated. That's all.
That looked like a coordinated double hook that caught Ryan to me, bro.
When you keep knocking,
I'm gonna tell you something like this. Don't be surprised by that surprise little punch that Terence Crawford hit Canelo with, man, like he did Errol Spence in that second round.
I can see that happening.
By that. Don't be surprised by that. He clocked that shit right in.
We're gonna call that who got the juice.
Yeah, don't be surprised
Canelo
by
versus Bud.
I think the outcome of the fight is definitely going to come down to if Bud can hurt Canelo or not. Because if he can't hurt him, then we know what's going to happen if he can't hurt him.
If Bud hurts Canelo, bro, we already know what time it is.
That's the only way that Bud could win, if he could hurt Canelo. I don't think Bud is going. Bud is not going to. I don't see him as the type that's going to dance around and use lateral movement and try to, slip Canelo punches. No, I see him as a counter puncher.
Let you up.
Actually, I think he's going to slip a lot of Canelo's punches. Canelo isn't Sonny Liston. Canelo isn't Mike Tyson. Canelo, basically what we know about Canelo, what we always laud him about, is his punching power. That's it. Now, can he do other things? Yeah, but that's not what we focus in on about him. Bud is a better athlete overall. Bud is a better counter puncher. He's a much more superior boxer. And Canelo, that's one of Canelo's weaknesses. It's always been one of his weaknesses. He cannot handle superior boxers, which is why, in my opinion, he's lost 3 times. He lost to Laura, he lost to Bevo, and he's lost to
Hey, yo, I got two people in the back that want to come up. Somebody come, hop off. Two people hop off. Y'all can come back
Yeah,
up
I'm
when they
about to
done
hop
up.
off anyway. I gotta go off of my salat. So
Yo,
salute to everybody on the
I hop
panel.
off, man. Yo, salute,
Salute
salute,
to
D.
All right,
everybody in the
Salute the
free
chat.
panel,
play.
man.
All right,
Salute
wrong.
to you,
Y'all,
Ron.
Already, yo,
if
peace.
I'm still on, y'all already know. Y'all can come back up.
Bet.
All right. Hey, Rich, I ain't see you up there. How you doing?
I'm
Hey,
good. I'm
salute,
good.
Rich.
I'm good. What's up with you?
Hey, yo, but
What's
also
up,
to
my
that,
brothers?
do you
Teach
hear
and my man
Canelo?
Chris. What up?
What up? What up, Dink? You here?
Teach.
Going on?
Yeah, I can hear you, Chris. What up, Teach? Can I hear you? What's up, Teach?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey,
My
Teach.
guy, Teach. What up, Teach?
Hey, yo, but hey, did you guys hear Canelo? Canelo's not. He said he even said he said yeah, I got power, but I got more than that. So I wonder what else what advantage the Canelo believes he has more than just strength.
Canelo got more than that. Y'all sleep on
Yeah,
Canelo. I don't know why y'all doing
No,
this.
what I mean by is
Canelo is
what
a
does he
good
think he's
counter
way
puncher.
better
He
than
a
him at?
good counter puncher.
Yo, can I
I'll
say
say
this? Hold on. Before I gotta let Chris and Teach go. Canelo didn't get this far by not being good, not being very, very, very good. You don't get this far. A bunch of people had stuff over somebody that fight Canelo got something over Canelo every fight, but that don't mean they win. So you can have advantages over the man. I'm not saying you can't. What I'm saying is that's not going to be the only. That's not the. Plenty of people got advantages over David Benavidez. They do not win the fights because when you're fighting professional, sometimes you could be more skilled. You could have better footwork. You could be faster. But if I beat you up, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Excuse me.
And I think Canelo do got advantages. I think Canelo is better at applying pressure. Bud is not a walk him down, cut the ring off type fighter. Bud does that. He goes after you once he got you hurt. He don't fight that way throughout the fight. He only runs after you once he got you hurt, which is smart, Mr. Greg.
Yep.
That is smart. I will fight similar. That is smart. I'm not saying that is not. I think Canelo's the better inside fighter. I think Canelo's better at going to the body than Bud Crawford is. I think he got a better high guard, like just blocking defense, being able to parry punches. I think Bud has the better head movement or whatever, but I don't think Bud's a better blocker of punches than Canelo Alvarez is. And Canelo is kind of statue where he low to the ground like Pitbull Cruz. So his elbows is right where his waist at. It's hard to break that if somebody knows what they're doing. And Canelo is not a better counter puncher than Terence Crawford, but Canelo's one of the better counter punchers in boxing, though.
Yeah, and that's why I think about Canelo. Canelo got like everything that Bud got, but I'm not gonna say it's better than him. You know what I'm saying? But it's still up there, and he got the size right now over Crawford. He got the IQ. He still got the IQ. He's been in that ring for what 62 fights.
Right.
Come on, man. And then he got come on, man. He got the IQ. That's what he got. So
But that's what makes this fight so interesting. That's what makes it a great fight for Bud because he reached as far as he could. He couldn't go up to heavyweight, but he reached as far as he could, and he thinks he can beat Canelo. And Canelo ain't somebody you just walk over. That's what makes this fight, and that's why I don't understand some of the criticism about the not here, but some of the criticism about the fight. Just because we didn't ask for it, and he did, and now he has it. We should be actually doing what we're doing now.
Mr. Greg, the reason why they criticizing it is because they think both fighters could be fighting other people doing other things. That's the main criticism.
But you heard
Can I say something real quick?
No, hold on. Yo, Rich, let Chris go. Chris and Teach, what's up, yo? Go ahead, Chris.
Work and I don't want to be up here too long unless somebody else come up. Shout out to the chat, Dean. I mean, but my opinion about the fight, what it comes down to me, for me, is that first off, what I think about Bud, I think Bud is the more skillful fighter, hands down. You get what I'm saying? Hands down, the more skillful fighter. Okay. But I just don't think Bud is strong enough. And y'all probably already said that. I just don't think he got the strength to really hurt Canelo and dominate Canelo. And if he can't do that, I think Canelo has the strength to dominate him. You get what I'm saying? So I just don't see a lot of people. I got a text today, and somebody text me about like, oh, they, Bud and they like the same size. I'm like, bro, it just don't work like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't anybody who knows anything about weight, strength, you know what I'm saying, body
Mm-hmm.
mass, uh 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 frame, bone density, you know what I'm saying? Like if you know anything about those types of things, you get what I'm saying? Like it's not just you gaining a bunch of weight that's gonna make you stronger than the next man. You get what I'm saying? I know guys, homeboys I grew up with, and they outgrown me. They about 200 pounds. You get what I'm saying? But they got small frames. One second. They got small frames, and just because they 200 pounds doesn't mean that they're stronger than guys who are just built stronger than them. Built, you know what I mean? They not stronger than those guys just because they gained a bunch of weight. You get what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
eh, you can't gain a bunch of weight and think you're going to be able to be stronger than somebody who's just naturally stronger than you. You know what I'm saying? So I that's what it boils down for me with Bud and Crawford. Like I just don't think Bud is strong enough for Canelo. That's all I gotta say.
I like what you
I
said,
agree.
Chris, and that's what makes it interesting again. And how will Bud negate that in this fight? Now, you said something about bone structure and weight and so forth, and I think those are great subject matters because I think a lot of times we overlook it. And Greg had said something Sunday. When you go up in size, you can get more muscle, you can get more fat, but your bone structure stays the same. But the other thing is your heart, not the fortitude, but your actual organ, that stays the same size as well. And that can be taxing because now you got to pump more blood and oxygen into those muscles, but you still got a smaller heart with a bigger body. So that plays a role too. And I don't think we think about those little nuances when you get ready to do something like combat sports. Everything needs to be bigger. I think for a guy like Canelo, I believe Canelo certainly has a bigger heart organ. He has a bigger frame. He's stronger. And so what will be interesting, we'll see whether brawn versus brain, because that's where I think this fight got to go with Bud. He just has to be smarter than Canelo because he's not going to really match him in brawn, but he can outsmart him, and that's what I'm looking to see. So I get what you're saying, and I respect
Teach,
that.
holla at me, Teach.
Yo.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, salute to everyone on the panel, man. I
Hey, Teach.
wanted to come up earlier, but I was kind of busy. But yeah, let me just give my take on this, right? Um, yeah, and I also wanted to say, this fight, man, is getting more promo than the July 12th card. So I'm a bit sad, in that sense, Shakur's my guy. But hey, it is what it is.
That's Turkey fault, Teach.
And so they're calling this card like the fight of the decade, right? And I mean, with the name involved, Canelo and Bud, he kind of might just live up to the hype. This fight is a fantasy fight, but at the same time, it has that big fight energy towards it. And I kind of like the pressers, up till now, especially the last one. Going into the fight, obviously, the odds are leaning towards Canelo since, he's been at the weight class for a while. Like he fought, top names and he's just comfortable there, right? And most people are picking him for that reason. But Bud's confidence is still real though. Gotta remember that. Like he's coming for a paycheck for sure, but he's also coming to win and make history, right? Trying to become what, 3 times undisputed?
3-time undisputed. Yep.
Yeah, so for me, I'm just strictly watching this as a fan. Like I was never like Team Bud or Team Spence. I respected both guys. But this fight is kind of, on a higher level, in my opinion. It's kind of one of those matchups where you want to see, greatness displayed. Because again, this is a fantasy fight. Nobody ever thought Bud and Canelo would fight like 2 pound for pound guys. Bud's been pound for pound for years, man. Like he's been at the top for years. So that's Canelo. Um, But Deem said something about, if Canelo loses, it's gonna kind of knock him down a level. I mean, I don't think so, man, because Canelo is already a future Hall of Famer. I mean, his resume is stacked, and people still want to see him fight, right? Let's say he loses this fight. Let's say he loses this fight. Let's say he loses this fight, right? People are still gonna want to see him fight like a Benavidez. He could still make that fight happen.
No, Teach. No, we
You
not
don't
going to
think
want to.
so?
No.
I think so. I mean, I
No.
think so.
Absolutely not.
And then
we gonna want to see Bud versus Benavidez if that happens.
And again, like for me, I mean, this loss is not going to change anything because we've seen him lose before. Now, Bud, if Bud loses, he still wins because he's just daring to be great, right? So, and
no, Teach, no, it's not no. If he loses, it's no. It ain't no. You asked for this. It's daring to be great. If Canelo was asking for it, he asked for this. Teach. I gave this analogy. Teach. If you call somebody out, you go in front of their crib, you bang on their door, you break their car window, you throw glass on the pavement, you scream, and all of the neighbors tell him come outside. Canelo denied this fight umpteenth of times. He did not want this fight. Bud wouldn't take no for an answer. He wouldn't take no for an answer, and neither would Turkey. So Canelo said, "Okay, you gonna pay me $100 million, $100 million? Okay, I'm gonna go take the fight. You don't get to do all that, and then the guy come out of the dungeon, beats you, and you say." Well, at least I tried to fight him. Nobody asked you to try to fight him. Nobody asked you to do this. You had evidence of what Jermell Charlo went through. You was going up 3 weight classes. I ain't giving the man no excuse because Teach, he don't want us to give us in the helmet excuse. He say he gonna go upside the man's head. He say he don't understand why people think he don't got no chance in this fight. That's what the man said.
I mean, I get that, Dean, but at the end of the day, right? When Bud retires, he's still going to be a Hall of Famer. Still going to be considered the 2 times undisputed. So he's going to get all that respect. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, yeah, I mean, he got that respect now. Yeah. But a loss, we're going to have a different conversation after that. A loss will be a loss on either one of their records. That will be there.
Sure. It's going to be there for sure.
So that's
And the last thing that I wanted to say, and this might cause like a little bit of controversy, right? But again, the way people are talking about Bud, man, this is agenda based, right? People just don't like Bud. That's why they want him to lose. Main reason because Spence is, their biggest fan. So Bud beats Spence. They want Bud to lose. But Spence, Bud took Spence's opportunity away because remember at one point, they were saying Spence is gonna fight Canelo, right? And nobody was saying that's a bad fight. Every Spence fan was saying Spence and Canelo would be the biggest fight. That was floating around for sure. But now that Bud took that opportunity, everybody just hates him now. And
don't nobody hate Bud Crawford. Teach, everybody says he's the #1 pound for pound fighter. What else y'all want them to do with the man? We don't hate him. His ticket sales hate him. His popularity hate him. We didn't tell people to not go buy his fight. We ain't telling people to not go support Bud Crawford. We ain't telling them that Bud Crawford can't be a pay-per-view star until he's 38 years old. Ain't nobody did that to Terence but Terence Crawford, brother.
Let me ask you this, Dean. When they said Spence is gonna fight Canelo, right? Everybody liked that matchup, right? I don't think nobody went against it.
What the Bud, first of all, when it was talking about Earl, we was talking about even that nobody thought Earl was going to 168. When the last time you heard somebody talk about that?
That was, but Dean, that was supposed to happen.
You're talking about when he was Dondrick gonna come up. All right, hold on. You talking about You talking about when he was at 160 and all of that, and we ain't know if Earl was going to move up even before the unifications when Earl was flirting with it, but we wasn't even sure. Like, and then Bud was still then the Canelo was entertaining the Jermell fight, and then the Jamal. Like, it was a bunch of stuff going around at that time. But in the last 2 to 3, 4 years, you ain't heard nobody say that.
The last time Canelo was on the PBC for that fight deal, Spence was a part of the plan.
Why don't nobody else talk about other fighters' fights from 2 years ago? And they just run on that shit.
Yo, band up. I'm about to let Dondra come up, band up.
That shit is nuts.
Yep, it's good. It's good, Dame. I'm still in the chat.
All right, bet. Yo, when they hop off, you come back up.
No, y'all be stretching this EJ win like wild crazy, bro. Like, we know what happened. And y'all niggas still be running on this shit, yo. Like, it's just like a go-to, bro. Like, and then it really don't be that. Like, yo, niggas don't hate Bud, bro. Like, I like Bud, right? But it's Bud fans that make niggas like me not like y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all niggas, yo, he can't do no wrong.
Hey, hold up, man. Hey, hold up. Wait. People.
Let me get my 1 second.
Yo, y'all niggas be wildin', bro. Like, this nigga walk on water or something, bro.
No.
Like,
But if
hold on, people. Obviously,
wait. But if Bud knocks Canelo out, right? I'm just saying, if Bud knocks Canelo out, why is it gotta be snatched?
Why is it Canelo out?
Why is it gotta be
like it's realistic, bro?
Nah, it is. Y'all hate on him.
Anybody could get knocked out.
Everybody that hate Bud, they quick to draw up his resume. They don't never
when
talk
did I
about
mention his resume?
Wait, let me just talk. They don't never talk about how skillful he is. They just quick to say, "Oh yeah, he didn't fight nobody. He ain't fight.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, Rich. Rich, I'm not letting you get out of there. No.
Thank you.
I'm not letting you get out of that one, Rich. You want to know why?
What I'm saying is,
hold on, Rich. You want to know why?
It is that y'all hate him.
Hold on, Rich. Hold on. You want to know why? Because when I tell y'all that same shit about Gervonta Davis, and they don't never talk about how skillful he is, and they bring up his resume, you know what y'all Negroes tell me? He ain't fight nobody and all of that. I ain't trying to hear that, Rich. I'm sorry.
Look, and that's still part of hatred, though. That's still part of like a nigga hating. Like, if that's
is it really though? Is it really hatred, or is it just acknowledging the obvious?
Quee, I got him. I got him.
Is it hating? Is it hating to say Bud Crawford fought a Kell Brook who ain't fight at 147 in 2 years, and Kell Brook had to get a trainer off Instagram? Is that hating or is it factual, my nigga?
That's hating. If you still got, if you worried about a nigga, wait, I'm saying if you worried about a nigga resume so much, if you don't like him, why you worried about his resume?
As long as you know,
because his resume is not that good. Like,
let Dondra go. Let Dondra go. Go ahead, Dondra.
Yo.
Can I ask a question?
No,
hold on,
Rich, let me go. No, Rich, no, let me go.
You about to bring up the same thing a bunch of other hating ass niggas.
Hold on, Rich, let Dondra go, Rich.
Why you mad, bro? Why you mad?
A bunch of hating ass other niggas.
Why you angry? Nah, Bud. We know Bud is great, but his resume is decent at best. So it's not. It's nothing.
I thought you was about to say dog water.
Nah, I ain't gonna say dog water.
Ahead,
it's much to be desired. Okay, let's put it like that. Yeah. And this second thing is, why can't we be questionable if he knocks out Canelo, who has never even really been wobbled?
Thank you.
If he knocks him out, that's suspicious as hell. Because first of all, you wasn't about to knock Madrimov out, so now you could just knock out Canelo, who's way more sturdy at a bigger weight. Like, so it's like that. Then y'all got this thing in your mind that because Earl. First of all, after Jermell Charlo went up, we ain't want to see nobody else go up and do that shit again. That's why we don't want to see that fight. See, y'all forget about that fight. Y'all forget about that's why we didn't like it. See, that's the real reason. Jermell fucked it up for everybody else.
I'm not trying to compare this certain boxer to Canelo, but I'm just gonna say his name either way. Man, I thought Munguia had a granite chin, man, until that kid just knocked him out. Yo,
You
Munguia's
ain't
been
see
getting this.
McGee was getting
Munguia,
rocked at 60.
man, Munguia was getting beat his face
Bro,
punched in
Munguia got
his
the
entire
trashiest
career.
30-something fights
Right.
ever in history. You can't name 5 people Munguia done fought.
I mean,
McGee was getting his
How you know
chin
his
tested
chin
at
was tested?
60.
Rich, you
point
hear this?
is,
How
the
you
point
can't
is,
name 5 people Munguia done fought?
the
How
point
many fights
is,
you saw from
Hey, look,
McGee?
he's been getting his
Deem, I
face
ain't gonna
punched
lie to
in
you
his
though,
whole
right?
career.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Boots kind of on that record straight too.
Oh man.
Yeah,
See.
yeah, I'm gonna say it. Boots kind of on that
That,
same thing.
that's hating. That's hating.
You know what? You're right.
That's
That's crazy.
You
hating.
you know what? You know
I'm
what? You're
saying
right. You're
you said
correct. You're
5 people.
correct.
You said
You're
5
correct.
people. You said 5 people. I'm saying Boots. It kind of made the mix too.
And him and Terrence are in the same boat.
That's what
And that's why we want
that's
that's
all I'm
why we
saying.
want Boots to go up to 54 and start fight Virgil or somebody with a belt or somebody's up there because it's a smoking
I think
54
we can name 5 people Boots done fought right now.
right
Facts.
now.
But you said 5 people that's like good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nah, well, I can't say
See,
that
look, you're biased. You're biased.
Yeah,
That's
bro. Like I
it.
can
Just
wait.
saying it.
Because if you
Stan
sit there,
Jonas was considered a good fighter,
I'm
right?
saying I wouldn't say that if you sit there and say that people that Terence Crawford fought that wasn't good at that time.
How
Yo,
many losses Victor Postol got after he lost? After Blood beat him?
You said
How
after
many
everything.
how many
You said
losses does
after you said
Ndangu got after
wait,
that?
hold on. You said after everything. I'm not talking about after everything. I'm talking about at the moment. When he fought Gamboa, it was at the moment. When he fought the nigga that beat up Pacquiao, it was at the moment. When he fought, they was all undefeated when he fought them guys.
So
After the
was the
moment,
people that Boots
after
beat. So was the people that
Those are the
Tank
people
beat.
Boots
So
beat.
was the people that Spence beat. So
Hold on.
what are you getting at?
Hold on. All I'm saying is after the moment, then they lost fights. And then you can sit there and say they had to trash his record, whatever
The
the case may
difference
be.
is though, Rich,
or they
Boots is
weren't good
20.
from the
Boots
jump.
not even 28 yet. Bud is 38 years old.
Yeah.
So what Boots' resume gonna look like 10 years from now, Rich?
I hope it look good. I hope he go up there
Yo,
and
Yo,
Rich,
beat
hold
stop
on.
fly
it.
Yo,
niggas
No,
out
if
no,
in
Boots,
54.
hold on.
if
Let me
Boots
ask Rich
said
this
his
question.
best fight was
Hold on, Rich.
Yeah.
You don't think in 10 years from now that Bug Gerard in his resumes won't be one of the best in boxing 10 years from now? After everything he's already done.
Wait. Yeah. Because the way.
So you can't compare him and Boots then. Because we're talking about Terence Crawford resume at 38 years old.
Look, I would say because the circumstances that Boots got with Eddie Hearn at Turkey Out of Sheep, and they keep putting him in some. If they end up putting him in some good ass fights from now
They
on,
try to put him with
hell yeah.
Virgil next. Bro, you know Boots.
If he fight Virgil, then fight Fedor, then he fight all.
Rich,
Conquer
I'm asking
154,
you
they go
about
to
Boots. How we
160.
talk about Terence Crawford mentality,
Yeah.
right? From what you
Yeah.
know about Boots, do you see Boots just taking anybody, trash motherfuckers, with all of the pressure he got on? And he get questioned every damn day.
Hell nah.
All right, then. So let's think about it.
But he
Let's
still
think about.
got.
Hold on, Rich. Let's think
Yeah.
about this. He fight Virgil.
Yeah.
Let's say he don't even able to fight Virgil right at first, but he fight Boachuk, who gave Virgil a tough fight. Then he fight Virgil. Then he fight Telez. Then he fight the winner of Timzu or Safandor. Then he either fight Jermel or Murtazaliev, whoever would win between that. Then he move up and fight one of the guys at 160 that's still there, Carlos Adames. Let's say Carlos get all the belts.
Right.
He go to 160, fight Carlos. You can't say that's a gauntlet.
Yeah, but you know how
That ain't 10 years from now.
You know how this shit is. Niggas might lose, get beat up, go up, move up, and stuff like
Losses
that.
is part of
I'm just saying
boxing,
from
but
what we
nigga,
see.
You know how this is, but I would like to see him. I would like to see him at least beat 2 good niggas at 154.
But you gotta think though, Rich. All them niggas is young though, Rich. All of them is young. They not on their way out. Everybody at 154. The only people on their way out is Spence and Bud for real. Boots will be one of the older guys up there.
Shit, I'd like to see him fight Keith Thurman.
No.
I'd like to see that fight. I'd like to see that on this record, and I'd like to see that
Telez, thank you, Dave. Telez.
Keith Thurman is 47 years. Once upon a time, Thurman.
Nah,
yeah,
Thurman,
I mean, that's a great name on his resume.
Yo, hold on, y'all. Let me get to the super chat. Big Dog Willie said, Jake Paul versus Tank, November 22nd.
Hey, man.
Big Dog Willie, I'm about to block your ass.
Listen, bro.
I'm about to block you.
I'm just glad the nigga ain't say hair grease. Like,
He
that's
loves
progress.
to do that. Well, don't y'all like to see fighters go up and challenge themselves? I'm used to
Mr.
seeing
Greg. Yes, I'm not knocking Bud going up, Mr.
not
Greg.
just him, not just him.
No, I'm just talking about period. But when we speaking about this, my problem is with it, Mr. Greg, that people okay with him going up, but not getting held to the standard of going up. Right. If you go up and you lose, I'm holding you to that standard. It's
As
not you go up and then, well, at least he tried. We ain't giving out grown ass 38-year-old men participation awards.
Nah, you know what it is, Dean. You know what it is, Dean. At the moment, people gonna be siding with Terrence Crawford if he lose. They gonna be like, yeah, he went up the weight, but like 10, 15 years from now, niggas gonna be like, man, Canelo knocked that nigga out, man. And then somebody gonna be like this. But he did move up. The niggas ain't gonna care about that shit. Nah, he knocked his ass out, man.
The moving up part is good.
Hey, what up?
What up,
y'all?
What's up?
I just want to come up here and point out how Rich just cooked himself, because he said Boots and Terrence Crawford are in the same boat, and that's strange because, like Dean pointed out, they 10 years apart, and Bud is 2-time undisputed. How the hell are they in the same boat?
Nah. See, I ain't say it like that.
Nasty word.
I forgot even what happened, man. But I know what Dean said. He said what he said, man. I agree with it.
Yeah, you agree Terrence Crawford ain't fought nobody.
Nah. I said Boots ain't fight nobody.
No, what
you said he in the same boat as Terrence Crawford.
I said if you look at their resumes or whatever, even though we saying Stanion is somebody, if
Rich,
he keep
Rich,
fighting,
hold on,
if he keep fighting people like that, and then you gonna have more haters come around like niggas on this panel.
Rich, that's not what Two Cent asking you. Two Cent is saying to you, Rich, we shouldn't even be having this conversation with somebody that's 2 times undisputed. That's what she's saying.
Right.
Okay. Yeah,
yo, if Boots said the best fights of his career was Ricky Burns and Victor Postol, right now, we still be saying he ain't fight nobody.
Yeah, Victor Postol and Ricky Burns is crazy. Like, it's nah, crazy bro, I can't do that. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not. You're not about to. If that's the best two, if that's the elite fighters on your resume, can't nobody say nothing about Jerron.
I think.
But because look, if Rich, listen, if you think about it, really only saying Terrence Crawford is pound for pound because the accolades won, and because y'all think he looks very good and has skill. How are you #1 pound for pound and Ricky Burns and Victor Postol is y'all best wins? Could you imagine if Errol Spence was like Ricky Burns and Victor Postol, my best wins? Y'all would fry Errol Spence. Come on, y'all, cut it out. The only reason why y'all letting that shit pass is because it's Terrence Crawford, and y'all don't want to admit that without them accolades, he ain't like that.
I can't say that without the accolades because his skill set like that. And the skill set, I believe, I don't care how y'all feel on this panel, I believe his skill set, if he was over there with PBC, he would have beat the shit out of all them guys over there.
So why he ain't going
there? Well, hold on, Rich.
Rich, y'all, you doing it again, though, brother. When I tell y'all about Tank's skill set, when they be saying he ain't fight nobody, Tank, they don't be trying to hear it.
You probably be talking about somebody else. I'm talking about, I know Tank got good skill set. I know he good. I never take that away from Tank. I just think that he can't beat Shakur. I never take that from Tank. That's all. That's the only thing I ever say about Tank. He can't beat Shakur. Everybody else, I don't give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying,
De Los Santos?
Huh?
Can Tank beat De Los Santos?
Yeah, Tank can beat De Los Santos.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
Shakur beat De Los Santos. What you saying?
Barely.
With one hand.
Okay.
He beat De Los Santos landing 50 punches.
Yeah, but with one hand. Don't forget that.
And didn't he say that's his best win? That's his best win?
Who said that? Who said that was Shakur's best win?
I'll give you credit for sticking with your fighters, bro. But y'all niggas sound delusional with some of this, bro. Like what fight has Shakur shown you that he could beat Tank? Tell me the fight. Tell me the fight that. Tell me the fight that Shakur fight you like he could beat Tank.
Please, let's not talk about Tank today. Please.
Yeah. It's no point in even saying what fight.
Now hold on. Homie up here said.
Let me talk. I think Shakur could beat Tank. That's all I said. I don't give a fuck about what fight. When they fight, that's who I got. When they fight, I come back up here and we gonna bet. When they fight, we gonna come back here and bet. When they fight, we're gonna come back up here and bet.
Yo,
That's what we're
bro,
gonna do.
like, no, it's
I
no
can bet you
problem.
right now. We can put the money in
You
escrow.
know what? Yeah, like,
Nah,
yo, like, yo, what we
off
talking?
they probably ain't gonna never fight. I'll be just dead money, man, in the bank.
Yeah,
When
because
they come
Shakur
back,
scared.
huh?
Because Shakur scared.
Shakur scared.
Yeah, well, I said what I said. I ain't stutter.
All right, man. Just next topic, man.
Your man
Yeah, I know.
scared,
We
man.
know you don't
Scared,
want
man.
to talk about
You
that.
just
We know.
talking, man. Just
In the words
talking.
of Tupac, this nigga
Shakur,
scared.
another one that ain't got no good resume. And don't nobody want to say nothing about it.
Yeah.
That's because
I'm
that's
just
Bud Buddy.
now, homie had a post up here, y'all. He said, got to go back to it. Gotta give him a little shine. He said that the boxing community, whatever, who can you name got a better resume than Canelo, Usyk, Crawford, Bivol up there?
Crawford resume ain't even in that same class
I was
as
just about to
Usyk or
say that.
Canelo. That's
When
crazy.
Ricky
Deontay Wilder got
Burns,
a better on record than goddamn Bud.
look, we could start naming them. Lomachenko got a better resume than Bud. I hate to
Devin,
say
Tito
this.
damn near got a better resume than Bud.
Teofimo Lopez damn near got a better resume than Bud Crawford.
in a way.
Sean
Noah
Porter.
Inoue, Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez got one of the best resumes in boxing, and he's like 24 years old. So I mean, we can go down these lanes. I mean, if you
Benavidez
really
got
want
a
to
good
go down
resume.
that.
Benavidez got a super solid resume.
Benavidez got one of the most solid resumes in boxing and actually took on a guy that we wanted him to face before the whole public was even saying he'd be a duck or whatever. He took Morrell right in his prime, right when we asked for it. So listen here. We're not saying Bud ain't just absolutely for nobody. Obviously, you don't become undisputed just doing nothing. But what we're saying is it's just not as good as people like you try to put up here and try to make it.
Man,
It's
But
not.
how you two-time undisputed and your fans only talk about one title fight?
Bud is
Because he
good.
ain't fought nobody, man.
That's why. Y'all know why. Because it's the people you got to say Victor Postol. It's the people you have to say. That's why he mentioned those two fights.
Do y'all remember when they announced David Avenesian? Do you remember how lackluster that shit was at the height of all that shit?
No, for real. That was the
Seriously.
Yeah,
busted.
because it was because he busted a balloon. Like
Yeah.
he took the air out of that fight. He took all the air out of that fight with that.
And he says, Morrell, not Spence. The problem that you're finding yourself having, young man, is that David Morrell was better at the time that David Benavidez fought him than Errol Spence was at the time that Terrence Crawford fought him, my guy. It's not even close. One was in a prime, one we haven't seen in 2 years and probably retiring.
Right.
In the discussion. He didn't fight 28-year-old Errol Spence now, did he?
Stayed away from him.
I wish everybody was thinking like this when that fight was
Buzz, the
happening.
opportunist that had the right connections. Period.
That's all. I wish everybody was thinking like this when that fight
Rich
happened.
people we was questioning. Mr. Greg was up here. We was questioning how Earl would look because he was off. Hold on, Rich, because he was off for 15 months. We didn't know. We
definitely
Earl was gonna look like that. That was Mr. Greg, tell me if I'm lying. That was the biggest question people had about Earl. How is he going to look after 15 months off?
Yes, that's true.
That's the biggest question.
And another car
accident. We was asking those questions.
How was Bud going to look?
How long
was Bud going to look with no fight?
How long was Bud off?
A few months because he fought Avenesian.
7 months.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah, it was because he fought Avenesian in between.
Yeah, because he stalled Earl out.
Right.
Man,
you forgot? Y'all forgot about that. Oh, my bad.
We gonna take that off of Terence Crawford record, man. He stalled him out. He was on snack. He made him wait 15 months. Errol Spence was in his prime. We're gonna take that all off, man. We're gonna take that off, man. That shit crazy.
But Rick, it didn't happen.
At the end of the day, man, that man ain't make no excuse. He got in that ring, man, and that's it, man. Y'all niggas talking about
that don't change the facts.
Y'all making excuses.
That don't change the facts, Rich.
Is it an excuse to say that when Bud Crawford, the two most notable people named to date on his resume, Sean Porter and Errol Spence, is it true to say that their last fight was Bud Crawford? Am I hating by saying that?
They last fight, he ended their careers.
So
Stop
what
it,
do that
Rick. Get
mean?
him off the
So
panel. Get him off the panel.
so
Get
Rich,
him
if
off the
he ended
panel.
their career, don't that mean that they was washed up? Don't that mean they was at the end of their
Nah, that
rope?
wasn't washed. They just ended their career. Wasn't washed up. They
Rich,
ended them niggas'
2
career.
cent.
They didn't want to fight no more.
2 cent.
Yes.
Are you in an elevator?
Yes.
Okay, because I can hear
I'm
the
in and out.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
in and out.
Where is she at?
yo, hold on. Let me let bro want to come up here and say something real quick. Rome about to
I'm about
let
to get
10
off.
come
I'm
up.
about to get off. I'm about to get off, Dean.
You about to get off, Dondrick? All right, hold
Yeah,
on.
I'm gonna get off.
All right, Dondrick.
Let me get 10 up here. He want to say something.
What
Yo,
up,
10, what's
panel?
up, bro? Can you hear me?
What up, Dean? Appreciate you, Dondrick. I just wanted to say it's about the resume talk. I agree with you, Dean. Niggas is at the end of their careers. Like, it's more so when people get to complaining about, they wasn't this, they wasn't that at the time. Like Morrell, we all know Morrell gonna be a champion. Like, if we being real, Morrell one of them ones for real.
Yeah, they know
Or
that.
even how they talk about Tank, Barrios and Rowley became welterweight champions after that shit. I think that's more credit to their resume because you fought a nigga when they was good enough to lose to you, bounce back and become a champion after it. So I just wanted to add that on top of the resume talk. Like, if a nigga retire after you beat him, that's not as good as you beating a nigga that's going on to do more in the sport. If y'all
That's a
get what I'm
great
saying.
point, bro. That's a great point, brother.
But they want you to believe that it was like a fighter in their prime and then they fought Terrence Crawford and that was it. When no, that's not the case at all.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not what
not at
happened. That's
all.
all. That's
Hey,
not what
look.
happened.
Hey, look, man. I just think Terrence Crawford, man, his skill set, man, is way over these niggas. Y'all can say what y'all want. He on this. He not good. Come on, man.
We never
Shit, I
said he
feel you.
not this and he not good, Rich. We never
Give credit
said
where it's
that.
due, man. Give credit where it's due.
Hey,
Rich,
excuse me,
Rich.
panel. I'm ready to hop off. I'm ready to go for my nightly walk. I just wanted to chime in. Have a good night, rest of y'all.
All right, Brody.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
just give credit where it's due, man. That's all.
Rich, what other credit can we give the man besides saying he's number one pound for pound in the world? What other credit
Oh,
can I give the man?
that's how y'all should approach him, man. The number one pound for pound Terrence Crawford. Then start talking about his resume.
We do say that. And then we talk about his resume. like ain't nobody, I ain't never heard nobody say Terrence Crawford is trash. Terrence Crawford, he can't rumble. He ain't dangerous. He ain't one of the best fighters in the world. When somebody say that, Rich, then we could say they hating. But if somebody say, I don't think that his resume is that good.
Yeah, that's it. That's the same thing. I mean, y'all feel the same way I feel about Tank. For real.
That's my point. But you be wanting me to deal with it.
But I think.
So name a fighter that fought Terrence Crawford and went on to become a champion.
Hey, look. What you mean,
Damn.
name a fight?
Hold on, that's a great question. 2 Cent. I gotta do a video on that. 2 Cent. Rich, can you answer that question, please?
They can't become a champion if he got all the belts. If he holding damn near belts and other niggas.
When was he ever holding any belt besides one?
He never defended undisputed.
No, I'm just saying if he holding some belts and somebody else holding belts,
He was never holding no belts. What you mean? He had one belt. He wasn't holding no belts.
No, he doesn't.
Y'all talking.
This is the delusion I'm talking about. This is the delusion.
Y'all talking about somebody. Y'all talking.
I'm gonna tell you now, yo. I'm gonna tell you now, straight up. Bud is pound for pound the best in boxing. Best switch hitter in the game. Yeah. Good footwork. Yeah. Is he beatable? Of course. But number one thing I want to add to what 2 Cent was saying. Bud, the only time he even did any work to get that 140 undisputed championship, that was the only time he did. After that, how did he become 2-time undisputed champ? Earl went out there, did all the hard work, got just about all the belts except for one, gets in another car accident, have a retina tear, and then after that, Bud wants to fight. He was fighting a flawed fighter, plain and simple. And then he became undisputed champ. Now, history repeats itself. Canelo go out there, get all the belts except for one, and what Bud gonna do? Challenge him for undisputed? I want to make history. If you want to make history that bad, Bud, then you go out and do the hard work for once. Fight more than one fighter every year for the last couple years. Get out of here.
Hey, so if Errol Spence go out there and get another,
hold on, y'all. Let me get to this super chat real quick. Hold on,
because it's a comeback. And he had 2 years off.
Spence fan, Big Dog Willie with the 2-piece say, Spence fans let it go like 1980s Jerry Curl. Damn.
Yeah, I don't understand that, man. I ain't never seen this much hate for Terence Crawford in my life, man.
It ain't hate, it's reality.
Y'all silly, man. Just because people got criticism and critiques is hate. Just because everybody ain't up, that's because everybody don't want to bounce up and down on Bud Johnson like y'all. Our opinion is he don't got a good resume, bro. That's our opinion. There's no hate. What's the problem? Just like you don't feel like Tank got a good resume, I don't be up here crying.
Yeah, I don't think he got a good resume either. I think
that's your opinion. Cool.
I think it's a solid. Just like
his resume a lot better than Bud's.
No, it ain't.
Fighting all of them damn tomato cans.
How many people did Terrence fight that became champion, Rich?
So Rich, do Shakur got a good resume?
Well, Shakur got a good resume.
Shakur resume shitty.
So his
only person he fought was what's the cat name? The old dude that was about to retire. Now he an alcoholic and shit.
You got to quit with this resume shit. We seen what happened. I've been hearing that whole time between Bud and Spence was going on. That ass whooping was tough and cold. So you got to quit doing that shit. You just going to jinx yourself again.
Don't mean he ain't fought nobody.
You got to go and just jinx yourself
that
again.
Don't mean that he's not capable of winning, Big Dog Willie. That don't mean that.
Don't jinx yourself. That's all I'm saying. Don't do it. Because I remember after that fight, there's a lot of Spence fans about to start crying. And I seen a lot of Spence fans just not be on YouTube for about a couple of months.
Man, hey, look, you know it's crazy, right? I ain't gonna lie to you. I was looking at a knockout old video. I seen a bunch of people get up on there crying about Spence losing. Like, damn, I thought he had it. I thought all types of shit. Dean was up on there though. He ain't cried. Dean kept it on it. But I was like, damn, look at all these things.
That's what I do.
Spence fans was like this, and then they start trying to make excuses. That's how
the excuses were tough.
That's how I know shit.
The excuses were tough.
That's how I know
excuses were tough, and they still make excuses for it. To this day, you guys still make excuses for it.
Nobody makes excuses for Errol Spence.
Oh, no. I just heard, he was in a car accident. He almost died. Oh, he got shot.
I ain't saying he almost died.
He fell off a skyscraper. He almost died.
I said the truth. It's a fucking reality.
Big Dog Willie, when did you come in? Man, you get in that ring. Bud coming off a 15-month layoff. He about to fight Canelo. If he do the impossible, if he beat him, or if he lose, niggas ain't gonna say, "Oh, he was out for 15 months."
Look,
or he was out.
If he win,
about to say no shit like that.
Bottom line, this the motherfucking bottom line. If he win, he fucking win.
We don't think like that.
Rich, I'm the one that be saying that Bud taking off a year, 13 months is not good. He should have got a fight in before Canelo. I don't like that Bud be fighting once a year. I don't never give him that pass ever.
When Bud fought Madrimov and looked a little bit average after 13, 14 months.
A little bit average.
No, look average from what he used to looking like.
A little bit.
And I said it was because he took all
he
of
was
that time
goddamn
off.
slow. He was slow.
A 13, 14 month, whatever.
He was slow. He was slow as shit.
Listen,
he was slow as shit.
Nobody ain't had that.
He was slow as shit.
That's not true.
We don't think like that. Nobody ain't had
he was slow as shit.
Rich, when Bud took that fight, Mr. Greg was up here. When Bud took that fight, his biggest criticism, we was like, we don't know how he gonna look after taking that long layoff and moving up. Is he gonna look the same? Because he getting older. People was saying that before the fight.
Yeah, but I'm saying
We can't rewrite history, bro. We was been talking about Errol Spence, how he gonna look. We wasn't sure how Earl would look after 15 months being off. That was our biggest concern, and it come out to be true.
No,
Bud average
he'll be fine.
fighting one good fighter
That's the
every
sun
3
outside.
years.
He'll be
One
fine.
good fighter every 3
There's
years.
not like no predators out there, nothing.
His last 2
They going
fights
where? I'm not
was
going to the
against
bathroom.
tomato
I'm gonna let
cans.
Theo in.
Who the hell is Magnum? Who was the other guy? Where the hell they come from? Oh, now he gonna fight Cinnamon. Come on. And I'm gonna tell you
I ain't
this:
heard nobody call
when
him that.
Bud,
I know. I heard.
when Bud fought Spence, I had Bud. I rooted
Better
for
have
Bud.
for Canelo too.
Why? Why? Because bullshit. I'm picking Cinnamon. And you know why? Because they got weight classes for a reason. And number 2, Bud last 2 performances, he looked slow and he was taking unnecessary punishment from Eastern European tomato cans.
Man, I done heard it all, man.
Man, listen here. All I know, Mr. Greg, is now people don't want to talk about
Yeah,
resumes,
you know
Mr.
what I'm
Greg.
talking about.
Hold on, David. Hold on, y'all. All I know, Mr. Greg, is now people want to talk about resumes. But when it comes to Gervonta Davis, that's all they want to talk about. But when it's anybody else, that's not talk. Let's talk about their skills and how good they are in the ring. The fuck out of here, dog.
Nah. Hey, listen.
You know what's funny?
I'm 100, Dean. 100.
I'm
Fighters only
gonna
fight
say
once
this.
a year.
I'm gonna say the
Most of
same
them.
thing. I'm gonna say the same thing. Only reason why I credit talk about Gervonta resume is because he never fight nobody that's number 1 or number 2 in the division that he in. That's the only thing I care about. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I don't give a fuck. He tried to fight Lomachenko last year, but he been in that division for damn near 5 years. They could have been.
But you knew he could have never fought Loma. No, he couldn't. No, he couldn't.
Riddle me
No, he
this.
couldn't.
So that's the only thing I say about Tank.
Riddle me this.
Shakur never fought nobody at number 1 in the division.
Riddle me this.
What?
Riddle me this.
What
Number
the fuck
1. I said, riddle me this. You say that Tank don't fight nobody that's 1 or 2 in the division. Okay. Before he fought Lamont Roach, he had like what? Three people that was on the list, 4 people on the list. Okay. Lomachenko, he ducked like a motherfucker, ran for the border because he didn't want to get embarrassed, and that be his last fight. Okay, number 2, he tried to pull Rayo. Come on, Rayo, let's fight. Rayo said, "Oh hell no, I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that." All right. Then after that, they went on and sent out feelers and an offer to your boy, Shakur. Hold up, let me go ahead and rephrase the name. Shitty Shakur Stevenson. Shitty Shakur Stevenson.
He said they sent the offer.
Stephen Epinozivas said he sent the order to him. And matter of fact, I watched them on Fernand's show, debate Coach Kenny. I seen him. I ain't drinking no
Mad Dog.
Oh, so this your way. So you trying to throw insults and bullshit. This is how you get out of the way of the whole question.
Liquor,
See, that's what happened with you fanboys. When it comes to reality, you try to deflect it by throwing out a whole bunch of bullshit.
Well, can I say this, y'all? Let me say this.
Yo,
Rich, you said
reality was that Tank did say, "Oh, he's not worthy of fighting me. Oh, he hasn't done anything." I remember Tank saying that. That was reality, wasn't it?
Willie, your guy on the undercard right now.
Wasn't that reality? It doesn't matter if he's on the undercard. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter he's on the undercard. It doesn't matter he's on the undercard. I don't know what Tank said. I know what Tank said. I know what Tank said.
Hold on. What did Tank say right after he said that? He said, "I'll beat both of their ass."
He did.
Well, he can say that. So hold on. So which one you going with? Just like Eddie Hearn said
Big Dog Willie Shakur wasn't even willing to unify with another champion in the division because it was his brother. Let's move on, okay? Let's move on.
Oh, now you want to move on? Okay,
No,
we'll
I'm
move
saying
on.
that's real. He
We'll move
wouldn't
on.
even
Okay, now you
unify
want to
with a
move on.
guy
Okay,
that's
we'll
not
move
even
on.
his real brother. So don't get up there
See,
talking about what Tank
we'll
ain't
move on.
do.
Okay, we'll move on.
They
Let's
literally was
forget what
trying to
Tank
hold
says.
up a
Let's forget
division.
what Tank
Hey,
says.
Rich,
Okay.
hey,
They
Rich,
want
hold
to
on.
move on
Hold on.
now.
Hold on, y'all. Hey, Rich, we literally couldn't even get one undisputed at 135 unless it was Gervonta Davis because Shakur wouldn't fight Keyshawn. The fuck out of here, dog.
Keyshawn's not there no more.
You want to
Yeah,
talk
but
about somebody ain't
okay.
doing.
So who did
Both
Tank
of them
fight?
motherfuckers doing that D
Tank is about to
shit.
fight Jake Paul. You're talking about moving on. Tank is about to fight
He's
Jake
not
Paul
fighting
of
Jake
all
Paul.
places.
Stop lying.
I'm not lying. He is. Eddie Hearn said he
Man,
fight
I don't
Jake
want to
Paul,
hear it,
didn't
bro.
he?
We'll see. We'll see.
Hey, Dean, at the end of the day, man, Keyshawn only had that belt for 30 seconds.
I don't want to hear no excuses. That's his fault. That's his fault.
We can't say that they wasn't gonna fight at 135. We'll never know.
Yeah, you're right. We'll never know. So I get to use that excuse for Gervonta. Cause hold on. You want to know why I get to use that? Because I'm pretty sure Keyshawn would fight Gervonta before he would fight Shakur. So the only fight we could have looked forward to was Keyshawn versus Gervonta.
And I'm very sure that Tank's gonna fight Jake Paul before he fights Shakur too. So let's do it like that.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
You can keep going with this Jake Paul
How the
shit,
fuck
bro.
a 135 pounder
Nobody
gonna
fighting no
fight
Jake
a
Paul, dog.
225 pounder? Get the fuck out of here, man. Ain't nobody fighting no goddamn Jake Paul.
Tank is. Look
Get
at
the
my
fuck
picture.
out. No, he
Tank
ain't.
is.
Hold on.
Just
Hey,
because
Justin.
you're
Hey,
delusional.
hold on,
Look,
y'all. Hold
you're
on.
delusional with
Hold
that
on,
shit.
let me say this. Hey, Justin, you my guy. Shout out to VA. He let y'all down. He misweighed on purpose and let y'all buy tickets and didn't even warn his fellow Virginians. And you okay with it, Justin? The businessman. He left y'all hanging, wouldn't even give y'all a refund.
The businessman did bad business.
Justin. Don't be mad at me, Justin.
All I'm saying is, man, I think Tank one of the hell of a fighter, man. One of the best to me.
Tank is the face of boxing.
He one of my favorite fighters, but I just want to see him fight Shakur. I got Shakur winning.
Why? Okay, Rich, I hear you saying that. What is the responsibility for Shakur Stevenson to fight Gervonta Davis? You could say the same thing about Shakur Stevenson.
Wait, and this another thing is, man, it's only so much that you could do, man. A nigga ain't supposed to just straight up do everything that you say to do, man. You got put some
They do it for Canelo.
He's not supposed to do everything he say, dude.
Can I talk? You can't just put all your effort into fighting one person if you're not even sure that the fight is going to even happen. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man,
Stephen Espinoza said that he was called about Gervonta Davis. Shakur said no, and he won a long-term contract. I can play the interview.
And let me talk real quick.
Yep.
And Shakur said, wait, and this was Shakur said. Shakur said that's a lie. And Shakur also asked Kenny Ellis. He actually put that on his Instagram.
He don't need to ask Kenny. He could have talked to Stephen Espinoza. If Kenny don't do tank business.
Listen to what I'm saying. He also put on his Instagram, he said, if I go over to PBC, I'm guaranteed a fight with Gervonta Davis.
Rich, that's who they asked him about. Rich, that's a lie. He's lying. They called him about Gervonta Davis, Rich. Who that? First of all, hold on, Rich.
Is your man really going to fight?
Rich, stop, bro. Who else at 135 do PBC even got for Shakur Stevenson?
Man, them niggas pull anything out there.
No, Rich. Stephen Espinoza. Hold on, Rich. Stephen Espinoza said they called him about Tank, bro.
They got people for Tank. I don't know what you
Answer
mean
the question. Who else?
It's literally an interview with him saying what they called them for. Shakur admitted they called them. Now it wasn't for Tank. What else supposed to believe, Rich? You got a phone call.
Hold on. Can I say something? Shakur ended up saying it. Shakur ended up saying if you want to be Tanko, they was talking about fighting later on down the line. That's what Shakur said. He said that on some little what's that shit called when some other shit like this. He said that to somebody on the one of those little things.
Bro, Shakur also the same guy that said he was chasing greatness and then switched it to chasing the bag and said he don't care how the fans feel.
All right, that's
and ran to Eddie Hearn.
Yo, Rich, he about to be a free agent now. Why he don't go to PBC then? I don't want to keep hearing the excuses, Rich. It didn't work the first time when you went to Eddie.
he could go to PBC.
No, Rich, listen to what I'm saying, bro.
Look,
we already been through this.
Wait, hold on. He could go to PBC, but is he guaranteed a fight with?
Yes,
with
who else?
Tank?
Because guess what, Rich? No, I'm tired of that.
Hold on.
No, Rich, no, I'm not letting. No, Rich, no, I'm not letting y'all keep doing that, bro.
Is he guaranteed?
No, Rich, I heard you the first time when you said it. No, we're not doing that because Shakur Stevenson tells everything on Twitter. So if he go to PBC and they don't give him Gervonta, then I expect Shakur Stevenson to tell the world so we could call Gervonta a duck. But he ain't doing that.
Okay, and this another thing. If he go to PBC and he gotta wait 2 years or a year to fight him,
but bro, why you keep saying that? You're projecting. Man. You don't even know if that to be true. Stop using the negative.
We don't know. That's why I'm trying to say.
You just want to believe what Shakur says. Shakur be fucking lying.
And
like a motherfucker.
And Tank don't.
You ain't never heard Tank lie about a fight. You ain't never heard Tank lie about a fight. Name one. Name one.
Tank sat there and lied, and everybody know that.
No, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put it like this.
What fight did Tank lie about him actually trying to make?
Man, when he was just arguing with Shakur, he said he sent him a contract. He ain't never sent him a contract.
Stephen Espinoza worked for PBC. That's who the contracts go through.
He ain't never sent that man a contract. I don't care
what are you talking about?
They did send him a contract.
I don't care what this guy on the panel said. He ain't never.
And I do you one better.
Rich, you're not listening, Rich. Stephen Espinoza, hold on, Dave. Hold on, David. David, hold on. Stephen Espinoza said, we contacted Shakur Stevenson about fighting Gervonta Davis later on this year, but Shakur said he want a long-term contract. Somebody play, y'all got the YouTube playing in the background too.
Man, hey, listen, man. I'm not gonna believe that shit, man.
Bro, Stephen Espinoza, the same one that told y'all about Bill Haney.
Y'all believe Stephen, I believe Shakur and him. That's it.
I'm gonna put it like this.
Y'all believe what y'all
Rich,
want.
who else would they be calling him for?
They could be calling for that, but like I said, Shakur said it. Shakur said what he did.
I'm asking you. You keep saying you believe Shakur. Who else would PBC be calling him for, Rich?
Shakur said when he ended up talking to them, they said later on down
the
line.
No, you're lying. Shakur said he never talked to him. Shakur said he never talked to PBC.
He said
he said his team. He said he never talked directly to him.
He said they was talking.
He said they never sent me a contract. They never talked to me about a fight. I do you one better. He was
talking about down the line, man.
Hey, Dean, let me cook this for a second.
You ain't cooking nothing, man.
Shakur, I'm gonna cook you like a motherfucker right now. And the video is out there. Be quiet. The video is out there. The video was out there. No, I'm gonna tell you, heard this from the cat's mouth. He was debating Coach Kenny, talking about Coach Kenny told him, what's up? Where can we get a fight? Let's do a hypothetical. If we give you $6 million, you ready to fight? He was like, well, I don't want to lock myself in. He started doing all that shit. Then the next thing you know, he said, "Oh, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet." Coach, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. Let me finish. Number one. Then the next thing that came out of Shakur mouth, will you fight me in my hometown? Coach Kenny said, shit, nigga, we'll fight you in your hometown. Matter of fact, we'll fight you in your backyard so your kids can look out the window and say, mommy, why is that man out there beating daddy ass like that?
All right. Hey, like I said, man, I ain't one of them guys.
Rich, what I want to ask you, Rich, Rich, we've been through this already with Shakur. It didn't work when you went to Matchroom to get the Tank fight. Eddie and Turkey ain't delivering. So now, what is his responsibility, Rich?
What is his responsibility? To be honest with you, he don't gotta do shit.
All right, then Gervonta ain't gotta do shit. Who's the inside in boxing? Who got way more options and who can take any one of his fights anytime he chooses to. So he ain't gotta do shit neither. Then Rich, thank you.
Stay over at Matchroom and continue
fight
doing him
Joe
and let his career go on.
And fight who? Joe Cordina?
Man, he can fight anybody over there.
Meanwhile, he gonna still be over there talking about why Tank won't fight me. Why Tank won't fight me? Fight me, Tank. Send me a contract.
Rich, just admit that you don't want to put the same responsibility on Shakur that you put on Gervonta Davis. So Shakur Stevenson, hold on. So Shakur Stevenson don't gotta do shit, neither do Tank.
Nah, this all I'm saying to you, right?
Nah, bro. Is that no, bro? Is that the truth or not, bro?
I ain't saying what y'all saying. I'm saying that all I want to do is see the fight. All that ducking talk. I don't think no.
Yeah, but how do the fights get made,
wait, hold on,
though,
let me
Rich?
talk. I don't think none of them niggas is ducking each other. I don't think none of them is. I just want to see the fight happen.
Ducking.
Yeah, of course you gonna say that, man. You
Rich, doing whatever the fuck he can not to sign on the dotted line with PBC.
Man, you just listen.
I bet you don't sign this time. I bet you won't sign on the dotted line this time.
Rich, I really want to ask you a question. How do fights get made? Do promotional companies make fights?
Do promotional? Yeah.
Okay then, Rich. So you can't say you don't care about that when that's how the fights get made.
Hey, listen. At the end of the day, you can say the same thing about Tank. Why he don't?
Yeah, but Tank got more options than Shakur, Rich. He's not on undercards. He's not trying to fight Joe Cardina and Kid Austin, brother.
And this is what I'm saying to you. You can say the same thing about Tank. Why he don't reach out to Turkey then? Why he don't reach out to? I'm not saying
he don't need to reach out to Turkey.
No. I'm not saying he has to.
So when you say why he not doing it, because he don't have to.
Why he don't reach out to Turkey?
Man, you talking?
He the A side,
man.
He the face of boxing, the A side.
I'm saying if Al Heyman, not Al Heyman, if Al Heyman talk to them, or let's just say Eddie Hearn talk to them, why y'all can't do something like that and make Tank the A side still? Why you can't do that?
Because Tank is the one bringing in the money. Shakur is on undercards. He can't determine nothing, Rich. You an undercard fighter. You don't determine negotiations, brother. You don't determine where we fight, what network we fight on, when we gonna fight. You don't determine that, bro. Don't nobody determine that with Canelo, and you know that, Rich.
Okay, and I understand.
All right, then, so why is it different for Shakur?
Okay, so and I understand that. So why the fuck Al Heyman won't tell him this? Look, man. Yeah, we're gonna make this fight happen under these circumstances.
It is, and they told him. He told him to come sign with PBC. He's not working with Turkey. They told him, Rich. Rich, they told him what he needed to do to fight. He said he's not dealing with Turkey.
That ain't the same thing. You said he got signed. I'm talking about why he won't just go and holler at them, such and such.
Because Gervonta already told him he's not doing that.
You don't gotta sign with none of us. We just want to make this fight happen.
Rich, you gotta sign for at least one fight like Terrence Crawford did with Errol, my guy. If Terrence Crawford had to do it, why Shakur don't? And Tank's a bigger star than Errol. Explain that to me, Rich. And Terrence Crawford's a better fighter than Shakur.
So Lomachenko had to sign with on PBC just to make the fight with Tank.
The fight would have been on PBC. Rich, are you not listening, bro?
Did he have to do that? That's what I'm asking. Did he have to do that?
Rich, the fight would have been on PBC and aired by Prom. Bob was lending the Lomachenko out. Shakur don't want that. Shakur wants it to be cross-promotional. Shakur wants Turkey to be the one to put on the fight. Tank is saying no.
Man,
what are you talking about, Rich?
One, man. Y'all making up shit now.
And he wants to go to Saudi Arabia.
Rich.
Man,
Saudi Arabia.
This is all I'm saying to you. The same way they reached out to Lomachenko is the same way they could reach out to Tank.
They did reach out to him. You just don't want to listen to it because you want to believe Shakur.
The same way they reached out to him.
They did reach out to him. Stop saying they didn't reach out to him.
Negotiations and shit like that. The same way
they reached out to him for negotiations. Shakur admitted it.
All right, man. So Shakur basically ducked the fight. I don't believe that.
Shakur said he wanted a long-term contract. And guess what, Rick?
I ain't about to believe none of that.
You ain't got to believe it, brother. But what you're not going to do is Steven Espinoza is not known to be lying. Shakur known to cap way more than Steven Espinoza is, who a businessman that could get sued for lying on Shakur Stevenson. Why Shakur ain't sue him then? For defamation of character.
I don't know. Shakur
because he knows the truth. That's why.
So everything that Floyd Schofield and them said was the truth. Why Shakur ain't sue them niggas?
Because Floyd Schofield wasn't talking about Shakur. He was talking about Saudi Arabia and Turkey.
They was talking about a bunch of stuff. They said Shakur team did something to their passports, all types of stuff, man.
All right, how we talking about Floyd Schofield when we talking about Shakur and Tank?
I ain't with all that ducking talk. I don't think nothing.
So that's how you. That's how you change.
He about to be a free agent. Why you don't go get the fight, Rich?
I don't think.
Why you don't go see right now?
None of them niggas ducking. I think that'd be a good.
So Rich, so I'm asking you. So Rich, Rich, I'm about to get off of here. So I want to ask you. He about to be a free agent, right?
Right.
So after this fight, he should be doing what David Benavidez was trying to do, right?
Yeah, he should definitely try to get the
Oh,
fight.
all right, then go tell him to do it then.
If he try to get the fight and there's so much he could do, then he got
He's
life to
not
live
even
himself.
trying to get the fight. Rich Shakur Stevenson admit, I don't have a relationship with PBC. I haven't talked to them because I don't got a relationship with them. He admitted that. So now are you going to admit that it's his job? Because it's not like he don't know how to get in contact with him. It's not like Eddie Hearn don't know how to get in contact with Al Heyman. They do business.
That's it. That's all I'm trying to say right now. They could definitely do that without him signing no contract. They could definitely get in contact and do business like that.
No,
man.
Rich, you have to sign a contract for the fight to go on. He will have to sign a one-fight deal with a rematch clause if he wins with Gervonta Davis, like everybody else has to do, like Lamont Roach is doing right now. Lamont Roach ain't leave his promotional company, but he's over there at PBC currently to fight Gervonta.
Okay, that's okay. I think that fight gonna happen. Like I said, I think it's gonna
But
happen.
Rich, Terrence Crawford had to do it. Please tell me why Shakur is better than Terrence Crawford and he's on undercards. So if Terrence Crawford had to do it, why do Shakur not have to?
I mean, you never know. He might do that after this contract with Eddie Hearn.
And that's what I expect, Rich. That's what I'm saying. But that's now. That's after July 12th. That's when that's supposed to be.
But I believe that they're gonna fight, if not at the end of this year, beginning of next year.
I hope so, y'all. Hey, yo, I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking with the boy.
All right, man.
Y'all already know, man. We good chop up tonight.
All right, Rich. All right, Greg.
All right, Greg. All right, Dean.
I holla at y'all, all right?
All right, Dean.
Peace and blessings.
All right, Rudy.
Good to see y'all.
Good to see
One
you,
love.
too, man.
All right.
One love.